no matter even if you don't get that.
Let's look at this design here. Watch this cover. Both of them. Neither one of them. This is what you do at this is turned down. Both these guys turned this down. He just turned it down.
2 took a terrible angle.
That's like what you do at a Holiday Inn. You ask for turn down service, and we got it right there.
I mean that's borderline.
Let's just don't go nuts here, but I'm just encouraged by the fact that we can line up and pound it.
We can barely get a stream going, and Georgia has points on the board. I don't think anyone would have saw that coming based on Georgia's offense heading into the game, other than maybe Coach. I mean, he was saying explosive plays would happen, and that one's in the run game.
Boy, just a tremendous job by Fitzpatrick there.
McKinney getting downfield.
And McKinney, but Fitzpatrick saw the inside sealed and bounced to the outside and got in the way. Just really good design. I like the shift there. Just what you do when you do stuff like that is you make the other team start thinking about it. And then Todd Grantham's over there in a fetal position right now because he knows Monken's going to have all this stuff for him. But hey, that's a long way to go, and Florida's certainly. But that's one possession that we've stolen. Now we're going to have an extra possession now because essentially we're kicking off to start the game.
Very much so. Very, very much so.
So
I mean, it's very youth football-esque almost, and we could. That's 3 tights, 2 backs. Let's just overload it and go.
Yeah. You know, the other thing we want to watch today, which we got you on there to help us, is the matchup we're going to do defensively with their personnel. They don't use more than 1 tight end normally, so how effective can we be playing nickel and dime stuff without having to worry about, a lot of people inside? We got to get our call in here.
All right, so 14:48 here in the first quarter. Georgia with a 7-0 lead. Florida takes the snap.
Good job by Aziz with the shoestring tackle there. And that's one of the things we talked about on Thursday in the Around the League podcast was defending Florida's running game with less than 6 defenders in the box. You had 5 in the box right there. At least limited it from a big play, only getting 4 yards, and now they're going to get itchy trigger fingers and want to throw the ball.
All right. I'm glad to see Carter in there. He's tough enough to make him double clutch.
Nothing there for Florida, so it's going to be 3rd and 6.
Boy, you get that kind of pressure with a 4-man rush. I don't want to say go out on a limb here, but if we can make them punt right here, big play right here by Dogs.
If you're just joining us, this is College Football Hall of Famer and former Georgia head coach Jim Donnan. This is Brent Rollins from Pro Football Focus joining us here for Georgia and Florida. I am Dayne Young. This is 14-13 left in the first quarter. Georgia leads 7-0. Florida's taking the snap on 3rd and 6.
Going empty on us. Great play over there. Good job, Scene.
Lewis Scene with the pass breakup.
The one thing I see right now, Brent, which you can edify to us, is our vertical pressure is moving their pack. Look at the way we're getting to some movement up front there with just a routine rush. And, you talked about their pass pro is pretty good, and they had one guy who was really outstanding. But that's going to be the name of the game today if we can pressure this guy, because I think we can cover him long enough. But if he has a long time, those guys are going to get open.
And that was an interesting decision by Trask out of the empty set.
The guy just missed that punt. Ooh, late hit.
I mean, out of the empty set, he went to the back. It's different. Okay, last year against LSU, they put Edwards-Helaire, that's a massively effective receiver. Pierce has not really been that for them. And, I thought that was interesting that was where he wanted to go, out of the empty set. But, yeah, big stop early.
Coach, I want to go back to that formation that Georgia used on the touchdown run. I mean, there were so many people near the line of scrimmage and such a bunched look. What's the goal of that, and what do you think Todd Monken saw?
Yeah, I think it's just a surprise deal of everybody's talking about what's Georgia going to do. They don't have Pickens. Where they going to line up? Well, they come out with no wide receivers, 3 tight ends, and 2 backs. I mean, you might be limited with your wide receiver, but you got 3 tight ends that can all play, and each one can play various positions. I mean, you had one as a tight, one as a wing, and a guy outside him, and we just blocked down and pulled around. But the best part of it was the setup, because most teams set up their defense to the field. We put our formation into the boundary to make them adjust, and then when they shifted back to the field, they didn't adjust very well, and we outflanked them.
Yep.
And just did a really good job of. I can just tell you right now, regardless of what happens the rest of the game, which I hope it's going to be like this, I just can't see Florida tackling us today with those guys that they got back there. I just think it's a real mismatch. Maybe I'm wrong, but I've been wrong before, maybe once every 2 or 3 years. But
Well, one of the beautiful things, no, I don't think you're wrong, but one of the beautiful things about college football compared to the NFL is the hash marks. And the boundary versus the field is a legit thing. When
you might mention there's about 3 yards difference. You know, the ball's always in the middle of the field in pro football, but in college, 17 yards or something like that from this boundary. So
that gives you that much more space to work with when you do something like that. Well, I'd say that's a pretty good start when you think, hey, what's the perfect start? 1 play, 1 touchdown, 3 and out.
Yeah.
Defense.
If you need a perfect start to your world's largest home cocktail party, right now, the Bud Light Seltzer in front of us here. This is 5% alcohol, 100 calories, less than 1 gram of sugar. I'll tell you more about the flavors at the next commercial break, but we got a lot of Bud Light Seltzer in here. Thank you to Leon Farmer, big Georgia fan, for helping us make this happen. All right, Georgia is back on the field on offense. 7-0 Georgia leads, and it's 13:58 here in the first quarter. Stetson Bennett taking the snap at his own 39-yard line.
I like it, Bennett. Keep it.
And that's a good 12-yard game, Brent.
Go get 12. Go get 10 and 12 all game long. Go get 8.
Watch the defensive end do a right close there. That's
Cox.
Brenton Cox. He didn't want to hit one of his old Georgia players.
He was nice on that one, wasn't he?
He just pulled him down right there. Just keep executing here. Wing into the boundary. Got a good chance to run the ball over there. He stuffed us pretty good there. Yeah, like you're talking about, it's going to be really important for Georgia to avoid the lost yardage plays. Tell us about the kid that's suspended the first half. I know the one kid.
Carter's the one. Carter is 4th most snaps for them on the season. Plays along the interior. Was the second leading in terms of pressures coming into the game. So him missing the first half is a big deal.
Hey, Brent, when you see a film don't lie play, just say it out loud. I'll text it to you.
Thank you. Got something right here.
There's a swing to James Cook.
Boy, that was close to being tipped, but
yes, it was. But hey, we'll take it.
Maybe this Saturday on those tip balls. I like the little swing to Cook here. Fake inside to hold the backers. Step up and throw it.
Well, a lot of times,
there's another missed tackle.
And that might be an RPO where if the backer leaves the box on motion, you're giving that. And if not, you're throwing the swing. So it'd be interesting to see how much of that was Stetson's decision-making there.
If you're timing it up, 12-15, 12-14, incomplete pass. Attempted for Kendall Milton. Christie says, run the ball. I think a lot of people agree with you, Christie, but a lot of people want to see Georgia move with the passing game too. So,
Well, what's interesting is if you take away garbage time, they're legit 50-50 run pass this year coming into this game.
We just can't get
completely balanced.
Yeah, I think everybody's got to chill on what we got to do.
Got to score. However you score, right, Coach?
Yep.
12-12, 12-11, 12-10 on the clock.
Yeah, field goal wise, you'd be kicking us into the wind, but I think that's a good call. Second down, stay at a 3rd and long. It's like 3rd and 6 here. I wouldn't be disappointed if we ran it here. They're not even lined up. They're gonna have to call timeout.
Yeah. I mean, that just kind of brings back a little bit memories, Coach. A little deja vu there, really early in the game, some timeouts of not being prepared. I mean, that seems very last year-esque.
So I was mentioning some of these flavors of these Bud Light seltzers that we have in front of us. So their original flavors are mango, strawberry, lemon lime, and black cherry. So you can get those by themselves, or there is a variety pack for those. But this fall, Bud Light seltzer, this is what I have in front of me, and I enjoy looking at these. This is the new fall flavors: grapefruit, cranberry, and pineapple. And I know Roddy's in the press box down in Florida, but if he could find a way in Jacksonville to sneak in one of those cranberry Bud Light seltzers, I bet you that he did. There's no aftertaste with Bud Light seltzer.
Hello.
It's easy drinking and a lot of fall flavor.
Yeah, that's okay.
So again, just thank you to our friend Leon Farmer and company for sponsoring this show and making this happen, and for all your support of everything Georgia. And Coach, you've got to know Leon great over the years, and how much he supports what we're doing.
Yeah, I mean, got to know him and his dad. His dad started out when we first started the program here, helped us build the weight room, and gave us a lot of money and support, and they've been great supporters of the whole athletic program here, every sport. So I also appreciate Athens Ford, all they do for us, and you'll be telling us about all the different deals they have. But
it's such good financing.
Just from my perspective, I think I enjoy doing the games, but I know how much money Roddy's put out with all this equipment to make sure we have these, this YouTube channel, and it's great to back Kirby and the team. That's what I'm all about, and that's what Brent and you are too. This is a Homer network. We try to be objective, but this is a chance for people that maybe, I know these guys on CBS know a lot about the team, but I think we got a pretty good idea about these players, and we try to give you the best we can to show you what they're doing. Let's see what we do here on third down. Well, they're showing this play again.
Talking about the first one.
They finally figured out what happened on CBS, so they can show it.
They had to see Jamari Salyer sprint out there. And the blocking on that was just tremendous, and the patience that Zamir White showed too. All right, it's 3rd and 7.
They're going to try to heat us up here.
11:53. Bennett
Get it in there. Get it in there. McKinney.
Oh, no. Oh, his ankle looks in the wrong direction.
Who was that?
Marcus Rosemary-Jack Saint.
Yes.
That's terrible.
Can you give us a break? Was a nice throw.
Heck of a play, but that does not look good.
I hope he's all right. I mean, I know he's. Good Lord.
Did you see that rocket he just threw there?
3rd down.
I mean, people talk about his arm. Just watch this arm strength right here with a guy coming right in.
Oh my goodness.
Maybe it won't be as bad as it looks, but I'm afraid it
No,
is.
that's. Ooh.
Yeah.
Did they give him the touchdown? Which is immaterial, really.
Yeah, I think he got the touchdown, but
Man.
I hate it for that kid. We don't need that many replays either. I'm just saying. I think we get the picture. Yeah, this is a home game for him, being a Florida native. You hate to see anyone get injured. You hate to see it.
Yeah, that's as bad as it gets.
Yeah, they're bringing out the stretcher and the
Putting the boot on it.
yeah
Air compression.
the
Air
compression
gas.
boot.
But there's a stack look that they couldn't handle there, Brent.
No, and
Just get her mind off this. I feel so bad about the kid has worked so hard to finally get his shot. He's a true freshman from down in South Florida. Everybody's been talking about he's an angular kid with good speed, and he showed his explosiveness over the middle there. But now we're down to we're going to have to see probably.
well, you might actually be bringing in someone, an experienced player here. Is this a Demetrius Robertson kind of makes an appearance where he's been limited from a snap count the last few weeks? He's probably the next
guy. It just depends on what
up.
position need him for. But we got Matt Landers, who's a good blocker, and he's made some good plays over his career. But he's been maybe without the pressure on, he can come in there and we got a 14-point lead. He can come in there and he made some good plays against Baylor, and he's a very good blocker.
Well, it's one of those things where you obviously you hate to see the injury like that, but versus the flip side of the injury happening to the experienced player, and now you're bringing in the true freshman. Kind of the flip side of that with bringing in experience helps a little bit, but still, that one hurts. But again, between the numbers,
let's talk about this right now. Everybody's been, and of course, there's a long way to go on Stetson Bennett, but look at what he's done so far. A great read, keeping the ball outside, a little flare pass to Cook, and then the third down conversion, which he said he's better on third down than Trask all year. So everybody's been busting on him, and I know why for sure after these turnovers, but I got to feel like that right there was a really good march by us. Well, we took about 65 yards, for sure this pales in comparison to what's going on with this young man here, but we got to try to get our minds off of that and understand. That's what you always tell your players, hey, you're only one play away from not being out here, so let's try to, how hard this. Well, why wouldn't they review it while he was?
That makes not much sense.
But, he's got to be, tremendously disappointed. Got a chance to start the game in his home state. 4-star receiver, good size.
And just a really good talent. He was raved about in recruiting for this, and this is going to be a pretty serious leg injury. I think we can all see.
Yeah.
I can't imagine. I'm not a doctor on this stuff. I can't imagine he'd be playing anymore this season for sure. But no. All that's again not that big in comparison. You just want to make sure that he's all right and that he'll recover okay. From a football standpoint, you mentioned Demetrius Robertson. A guy like Matt Landers has some experience. I know that it'd be a little bit of a different position group there. You start going down the roster. Arian Smith,
Trey Blunt, who played some last week against Kentucky.
You got Blunt.
Would a guy like, I guess this is where I would need to see some of the travel roster to know who's there and who isn't. And you start going down the depth chart. There's guys like Micaiah Tongue that have been in the program for a little while.
He's not on the depth chart.
Yeah. I think you'll probably see some of the running backs get a little play moving out wide some.
Good protection there by Cook. That's a late hit, too.
Very much so. Right at the head. Between the numbers. Stetson very much, last year, Jake Fromm's comfort zone was outside the numbers, back shoulder type throws in a sort of go need it situation. Stefford's comfort zone is between the numbers, in the middle of the field. And
I hope Bennett's not hurt there. He's over there talking to Drew Wilson.
Want to give a big shout out to Indefinite on the YouTube chat for a super chat. Thank you for doing that. If you give a super chat, as long as it's not vulgar or anything like that, I will read it on our broadcast. And Indefinite asks.
This is just a late hit.
Indefinite asks, are we more likely to see Arian Smith now? I definitely think that could be a case.
The thing about Arian, though, he's not a outside guy. He's a slot guy. So, we don't flip him around. I don't mean to be interrupted. We don't flip him around. X receiver. I don't know what this could be.
I think if you see him for one play. Here's your one play that you've been working all week kind of deal, and this is what you're in the game for. But you're not going to see him on a consistent basis. Not game one.
Don't relax on this kickoff just because he knocked it out of the end zone. Let's just keep going there.
I do think that the depth at receiver is something to consider from this point.
You're exactly right.
Here's the kickoff. 11:44 here in the first. And it's a great one that's going to be a touchback. Georgia has a 14-0 lead, and feels like this game just got going, guys. Couldn't ask for a much better start, sans their injury. Coach, you said that they were looking at Stetson Bennett's shoulder, and he did take a little bit of a late hit, or took a very physical hit at the end of that play.
Yeah, scary hit. One of the worst things you can have at a quarterback to not have your throwing arm in good condition, that's for sure.
All right, so 11:44. Florida has the ball, down 14 points.
Boy, he just dropped that, didn't
Yeah,
he?
you can't blame that on Trask.
Couldn't get himself situated. He's a freshman too, right? Henderson, I think that's the corner's brother.
Working on Webb here. Hey, good rush there.
And Malik Aaron got a hit on Kyle Trask.
So another thing we got to do is we might not sack him, but hit him a few times. This will probably be a run here based on the way Mullen does things.
2nd and 10, 11:39 in the first quarter. And it is indeed a run.
Oh God, that was just we had it defended, and that was not a designated cut.
Whoa! Looks out of nowhere.
Is that Florida rain coming in?
See, that was a strong side run, and we just didn't have any backside pursuit. Holy balls!
That came out of nowhere.
Well, I don't like taking the ball from under center. That's when you get the bad snaps.
11:04, 11:03, 11:02, 11 minutes, first quarter. They're having a little running success. Some patient running.
That's the key. I think for Pierce right now, his patience is what's gotten him these yards, not necessarily his more so than anything else.
You
but
notice,
patience.
You notice Pitts there trying to block. That's not one of his strong suits. But hopefully this is one of those things where he just rains like heck for a couple of minutes, and then I always like it when it's raining when the other team has it, though. Play action. Hit him.
Oh, wow.
Tell you what, when you
complaining
get
about a pass interference there.
when you get running the ball, that sets a lot of things up. We got a tight box there, and
Oh yeah, little shove to the chest and scene falls down.
how can you miss that?
So here, all of a sudden, Florida's in the red zone. 9:49, 9:48, 9:47, first quarter. Ball at the 20, empty backfield for Trask. Coach, just from a weather standpoint, when you get a little rain like that, it makes passing, I mean, I know it makes it tougher, but just for fans, how much does that change what you're doing as a play caller?
Not any really, because it's a fast track out there. They switch the balls every down. I mean, if it would do this for 2 or 3 hours, it's going to be a lot different. But right now, it looks like it's letting up.
Yeah, I don't think this was in the forecast. At least I didn't see it. It's just, you're in Florida. 2nd and 9. Pierce is a patient runner, and he awaits his hole, and you're just not seeing.
They're going heavy on us right here, really trying to go quick.
3rd and 4.
Get lined up and get your call.
There's 8:45 left in the first quarter. Trinity Clark says that's Florida sunshine rain. That's exactly what it is.
This is another run, I believe.
Pitts with some safety help. As he looked to the back of the backfield, nope, swings the back away. Oh,
Unbelievable.
Touchdown, Florida. There was pressure there.
yep, had it, and he evaded it. He did a great job.
It's going to be like this all back and forth.
We have a shootout on our hands, fellas. I didn't think that.
All started with the busted run on first day. Remember that?
Yes.
He was. Is that the transfer from Penn State?
Yes.
Lloyd Dog says that was the old pick play.
Yeah, it was a little pick.
Yeah, Trask.
He almost lost it. Look at that pass. End over end.
Well, now it's a 14-7 game. Georgia.
Are we even at 10 minutes left in the first quarter?
Yeah,
it's really close to that, right? I mean, fast and furious.
I think we're
to the start.
We're about 7 minutes left. 8:20 actually.
It feels very much time for a nice 12-play, run-centric drive from a Georgia perspective.
It's also time to go over to Athens Ford. They're already putting out the holiday deals right now, which, I mean, you want to make someone in your household happy, you get them a brand new Athens Ford. I mean, I'm looking at the 2020 Ford F-150, $13,000 off right now at Athens Ford. And, man, that's a nice vehicle. I may have to see if my wife can get into the savings fund a little bit. 2020 Ford Escape is $8,000 off. All new 2020 Ford Explorer XLT Limited at $10,000 off. You got to go check out athensford.com, or if you just want to go check out their showroom or get some of their wonderful customer service. They'll answer all the questions you have. It's not a big pressure-packed experience. They just want to help you find the vehicle that works best for your needs. So go check out our friends at Athens Ford, big sponsors of the show, and then what we do here at UGASports.com. Well, we mentioned Kyle Pitts, guys. We mentioned the Kyle connection with Trask and Pitts, and early on, it's mainly been one play, right?
Yeah, but it's you're not going to shut these guys down. I mean, fortunately for us, our offense didn't start out like theirs did, and our guys know they're capable of it, so they're going to be able to do it. But you can see this pick right here, the way it works.
Yeah.
Really wasn't a pick. I mean, an umpire. So
I do think
that's an outstanding job by Trask.
You got to be happy with some of the pressure that Georgia's getting without really bringing the house at this point. If that continues, you're going to get some mistakes, or you're going to get some big plays out of that from the defensive side of the ball.
That's what they did last year. I mean, last year they pressured him on 50% of his dropbacks, and only 25% of those dropbacks was he blitzed. So, it's something they did a year ago, was not necessarily bring the blitz to get pressure.
All right, Georgia's got a return opportunity here. Georgia's got a return
That's an opportunity right there. Holy moly.
Kyrus Jackson all the way down to, what was that, the 41-yard line?
Yeah, Florida's 41.
Who's 27 for
that? Is that the running back? Is that Pierce?
They might have another 27 on defense. What's this good block in there? Look at White.
Oh, look at Kendall Milton out there. You see Milton?
It's one thing we continued this bit.
Yeah, that is Pierce.
Ooh, that would be terrible if he get hurt on the kickoff. I don't mean that anyway, but
well, you don't like to see anyone get injured. I know what you're saying, Coach.
Right.
From an explosive play standpoint, I mean, no wasted time from Georgia. You may have already kind of reached your tally, Coach. I know you were saying offensive plays in our Around the League podcast, but here Georgia is back in Florida territory already for the third time in the quarter?
Right.
Already. Very much so. And, one of the things that I think, the special teams, the addition of Scott Cochran as a special team coach has obviously been worked out quite well. They're the third, I think, second highest graded special teams unit right now in the FBS. Jake Camarda's sort of on an All-American type track from a special team perspective. But the thing that you can't discount with that is the recruiting part of that, where your backups that are playing, and your guys that are playing on special teams are some serious football players and some very highly recruited players, whereas maybe some of the guys you play, some of the teams you play against, that isn't necessarily the case, and they're taking full advantage of it in the return game, especially.
On that return alone, I saw 3 5-stars immediately. When you're talking Nolan Smith, you're talking Kendall Milton, and Zamir White.
Yeah, that's been the trademark of Kirby's teams.
All right, so Georgia gets
here's 16 in the game, Demetrius Robinson.
James Cook with a carry. Gets about 2 to 3 yards. There's 8:05, 8:04, 8:03 left in the first quarter.
Notice
it feels like it should be halftime, though. It feels like
you notice the way Florida is really trying to attack the line of scrimmage at the last second,
and a lot of five-man fronts, and
right,
really loading the line of scrimmage more so than necessarily the box.
We got the 2 backs here. We might work with Cook out of the backfield.
2nd and 7.
Jalen Johnson? Is that who that is?
That's a non-scholarship player.
I can just tell you right now, his throwing motion looks funky to me right now. He's got to be hurting. Wasn't any zip on that ball. You know, he won't take himself out of the game, but terrible the way he started out and then get hit with a cheap shot.
He's kind of messing with it too and leaning and working. Yep, very much so.
Yeah, that's what Gary Danielson's saying too on the broadcast. All right, it's 3rd and 7. Some shoulder discomfort here from Stetson Bennett. And he drops the ball. So that's the kind of mistakes that have killed Georgia really the last 8 quarters. And he just didn't catch the football off the snap.
And he's thinking more about his arm than he is catching the dang snap.
Yep.
He just can't have that. Good snap. We've had bad snaps, but we've had good ones. But I could see him going with Dwan here.
Well, I mean, if Florida sees that, then you got to think that they will just dare him to throw if he can't get any zip on the ball.
Get it down there.
Great punt. Bad bounce. Great punt.
Jake Camarda's had a heck of a year, guys. You talk about one of the best punters in the nation right there.
You know, one of the things, the punter, they can't control what happens after the bounce. They try to as much as they can with the nose drop punts, but you put it in a perfect spot like that and it just bounces that way. That's just kind of how the cookie crumbles in a way.
Well, you saw how quick Florida got down the field, and it was, a catalyst was a play where the running back got loose, could have been tackled. So try to get him behind the chains early. Tell you, Trask is comfortable in a busy pocket, isn't he?
Slippery field. He's a big guy, by the way. I mean, that helps him.
I still think it's incredible that he's a guy that barely played in high school. And here he is starting.
Never started, right?
Yeah. He was behind De'Aaron King in Texas. 2nd and 5 here. 6:16, 6:15 first quarter. One of the more action-packed quarters of Georgia football I can remember already.
You're getting a little movement on us over there, buddy. Don't you think?
Yes, very much so.
Monty Rice in the game. Watch our left side here. Watch the movement. We got a slant on there.
Pitt's actually taking care of business with Malik Herring.
If you're going to slant, somebody got to scrape off and cover. Here comes Tony in motion. Watch him make the tackle.
Good job. Great
Excellent
job.
Work from Monty
Great
Rice.
job, Monty Rice.
Ward Johnson. I'm glad he didn't hit him.
Yes.
This is one thing you got to worry about in a game like this, penalties. But lost yardage plays huge in a game like this. Way to know your assignment and make a tackle in space. Ooh. Empty.
Back.
They knew what we were in. They had the back on her drop in there. Good call by Mullen. Watch 11 try to play him man to man. Can't do it. Good coaching.
That's a good pass, too.
You don't need your DNs covering the back out of the backfield. 2nd and 14.
All right, so Gators have 1st and 10 at midfield. These little 4 or 5 yard gains on the ground, they're adding up for Florida.
We can see Bennett's out. Dwan Mathis probably coming in.
So is that Bennett going to the locker room or the tent? It looks like that's a locker room.
Yep.
Going with Dr. Hancock. We'll go in there and examine him.
Yeah, so Stetson Bennett was in the injury tent.
Great tackle.
Tyreek Stevenson with a good tackle there. That's a film don't lie one, Brent.
That and Monty. Display.
Yep.
Good Lord, how far you have to go to the dressing room?
The tunnel's kind of on the far. It's at a weird spot. So their locker room. He may have had to go around the other side of the field. They come all around the same side there. There's not one on each side.
Finally get Bennett going, and then he gets a late hit, cheap-ass hit. Something over the middle is what they like to do.
So they got numbers in the run game here. Yep.
Coach, are some of these available lanes, I don't want to say they're open because Jordan Davis is not there, but can you tell Jordan Davis is not available to play, he and Rochester?
Well, he certainly is a force inside, but, we're playing these sleeker guys like Walker and Carter, and, they as long as they got manageable downs like that, they're going to make a lot of first downs.
I'll say Jordan Davis, that was 3rd and 4. Jordan Davis, you're not going to see as much of there.
Intercepted.
Stevenson fell down. Did he mistime the ball?
Yes, he mistimed his jump.
That was Pitts, right?
Mm-hmm. No, it's kind of slipped. Nope.
Deja vu.
Lost his footing.
50-50 balls against Alabama and these
I
guys.
was say Kirby got some serious vertical right there in the background.
These guys are just attacking us right now. Coming in with their
Emory Jones.
shit.
What a quarter so far.
Well, when you think about
It's a good timeout here by Kirby, I think.
Try to slow down the momentum.
well, and plus with Jones being in the game, but when you think about last year's game, I mean, Florida very similar, other than the receivers kind of being new, Tony now being there versus not, but Florida's very similar. Pitts, Trash still there. Last year, I think Florida had 20 yards rushing, something of that ill, right around like 1 yard a carry. And right now they're getting 5, 6 a pop, and especially on early downs, and they're using that to their advantage later in the later downs.
The thing that's so overwhelming here, momentum-wise, 14-0. We got a top-ranked defense. We got to answer the bell. Your offense came out and did what it needed to, and they've had 2 sustained drives on us that just eating us up. I mean, for us to win the game, our defense has to play better than they did against Alabama, and right now they're not playing that way. They did the first series, and but these guys are athletic and they make plays, and very good call attacking our non-corners there. They went against Johnson, who's a defensive end, and they went against Stevenson, who is a nickelback.
Florida at 6 yards a pop.
Yeah, they
love running the ball right now.
He loves to throw the ball down there. Maybe we can get a pick.
All right, Florida on the 5 yard line, 2:25 here left in the first quarter. Gators knocking on the door.
That's play action. Yep. Good call, Coach.
He held it out long, looking for it. Eric Stokes with a really nice play there.
You could tell that he was going to throw that the way he was gripping the ball. He was gripping that ball to throw it.
Love to get a 3 out of this.
2:20 left in the first quarter. Second down for Florida.
QB.
He probably should have handed that one off.
He might have missed the handoff. Pitts did nothing. Did you see that?
Yeah. Big stop.
Good pursuit from Nakobe Dean.
Big play here.
Some kind of rollout here is what they love.
Pitts in line. Don't know how much. No. Just run it.
Just ran
Right
right
at him.
down her throat
Yep,
right
right at him.
there.
So we're about to have a tie ball game pending the extra point here. Neither defense is stopping the other stopping the other offense right now. Florida with 150.
96 or 95?
I've got Florida with 133 total yards, Georgia with 158.
Well, hopefully Dwan Mathis is your chance, buddy. Let's see what you can do.
Exactly. Not the scenario you thought you might see him, but here you go. Have at it. That's 76 or 96. Logue getting way too high.
If you would have told me coming into this game that one of these teams would have 88 yards rushing and 45 yards passing after the first quarter, I'd have said that sounds like a Georgia stat line. Florida's out rushing Georgia 88 yards to 46, but Georgia's out passing Florida 112 yards to 45.
We had 75 on one run, though. How could we have 46 yards? I'm not being...
No, you're right. I'm wondering, I'm looking at the official stat book, and somebody must have done something wrong.
We had 75 on the first run.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, you're absolutely right. Because there wasn't some crazy sack that erased some yards.
Go give Florida credit, give their coaching staff credit, poise there.
Wow. Is that our man Dave McMahon providing that number?
I'm looking at the stat sheet here.
We still got a shot here. Let's just start the game over.
That's basically what it is.
But you're going in with a guy that everybody wanted to see at quarterback, or JT Daniels.
They've got the rushing yards flipped on the game comparison. That's all it is.
What's that?
They had the rushing yards flipped on the game comparison, so the stats are appearing for the wrong team.
Man,
that could have been targeting too, couldn't it?
I think he got his right in the shoulder. I don't think he got him in the head.
Is he coming back now? All right, Dwan, go for it.
Ooh.
Never stop.
Why do you never stop?
Just because everybody's coming from the inside.
So you're going to gain more yards by just going
Just get what you can get there.
Get what you can get and put your head, shoulder down, and
Well, the reverse toss was a little quick. The timing was a little off there.
I thought it was too fast. But a lot of that has to do with a new snap count, new cadence.
Yep, all of it.
126, 125 first quarter. Dwan Mathis in the ball game, 2nd and 11.
Good job staying on your feet.
Keep going, or they can't tackle you.
Where are they giving the spot?
Brenton Cox down injured. And now he's right back up.
They gonna give him enough for the first down here?
You know what?
Because he slipped a knee. Ooh, didn't go down.
I don't think he did.
Progress had him the first down. Did they give it to him? Nope, they didn't.
3rd and 1.
3rd and 1. I mean, that was right at the line when forward progress was stopped.
Well done by Burton to get out of the backfield.
Hey, against Arkansas, Mathis got a sneak for about 5 yards, I think, right?
It's probably going to be a sneak. Get the snap. Don't wait on them. Snap it.
Yeah, go.
Timeout, Florida.
That was going to be one of those backhand flip passes to Zamir, or at least a fake to that. They could have tossed it to Cook.
Good. I'll determine whether his knee was down. His knee wasn't down. That was really close, but it didn't look down. But I wonder if they reviewed the spot, too.
They won't be able to do all that. It takes multitasking.
Oh, they're saying back there.
How are you going to be able to tell that? Because right here, I thought this angle didn't look like it hit.
I think that hit.
Yeah, barely.
See, we should have snapped that ball quick. We should have
Good call,
got up
Coach.
there and snapped the dang ball.
In real time, I'm like you, Brent. I didn't think the knee went down, but on that replay,
Some awareness.
while they were doing this, Brent, why don't you give me a little scouting report on what you've seen from Dwan Mathis on tape and just what you know about his skill set?
The arm strength is off the charts. He can put some serious sauce on the football, and we even saw that on some of the deep balls he threw against Arkansas. And obviously he has big playability with his legs, and I think if you see this as a 3rd and 5, 3rd and 6 kind of play, you might see some QB run potential here, given that it's his first series.
If we go empty, it'll be the quarterback draw. But you know what's unreal right now?
3rd and about 7, actually.
We're ending up the first quarter. The first play of the game, White goes 75 yards, and he hasn't touched the ball since, has he?
I think you are correct.
Stetson Bennett was running back on the field. Do with that information what you
Put him
will.
in there for 3rd down. So they say he's down.
At
Yep.
3rd and 7.
This is a quarterback run. He said, yeah, I'm all right.
One other carry for Zamir. The 1 yard carry.
Trey McKitty in motion.
They don't. Yeah, quick game.
Make you miss.
Oof.
God knows.
Mathis did his job.
Make you miss.
They might could have called a false start on McKitty.
That's the difference right there, boy. But put the ball in the outside arm and from the straight arm.
I wonder why McKitty wasn't coming wider with that, though, with his
Right.
angle. I thought he blocked through to the first inside guy. I thought he would have been coming a little wider there.
I feel like every play's being stopped before they start.
Well, that might be the end of the quarter.
All right, so they'll start the second quarter with a punt. That was eventful, guys, that first quarter.
Well, I think in our prediction column on UGASports, I think I put a sentence, expect the unexpected. I'd say that was, the Florida offensive part maybe was not necessarily unexpected, but just the way that the vibe of the game was very much unexpected at this point. But so, yeah, hey, like Coach said, 0-0, you're 0-0 after the first quarter. You just happen to have a lot of points on the board, more so than what you thought it would be.
I'm looking at these Bud Light seltzers in front of me, and I got to think that if Roddy was here, he'd be about 2 or 3 deep into the strawberry at this point.
Which one is his favorite?
Well,
is it the strawberry?
He'd been going at the strawberry pretty hard, but last week he looked at me and said, "Have you tried one of these cranberries?" I said, "No, I haven't." And he said, "Well, don't, because I want them all." That
I don't know
seltzer
if there was ever a preference. I don't know which is the preference I would. Strawberry in terms of just The fruit itself, I prefer the strawberry, but the mango might be.
You can get strawberry, you can get mango, you can get lemon lime, black cherry, grapefruit, cranberry, pineapple, and they're available anywhere. I've seen them at grocery stores. I've seen them at wherever you buy your seltzer or other alcoholic products. You can find some Bud Light seltzer. And again, thank you to Leon Farmer and his team for helping us out here, supporting what we do. Coach, I wanted to ask you. A lot of focus is going to be on whatever this quarterback situation is, and I'll probably have questions about that in the future. But Georgia just gave up 14 points and a couple established drives to Florida's offense. Not necessarily a surprise because we know the talent on Florida's offense, but defensively, what do you do to kind of stall them out a little bit?
Well, when you got a chance to get in there on the guy, we've been close a couple of times. We got to knock the ball loose or get some hands up. The other thing is, as long as they continue to run the ball on first or second down, first and 10 or second and 6, and run the ball effectively, puts an enormous amount of pressure on your pass defense, because then you're going to have to do some things to move your safeties around or plug your backers, and then that involves what we had there where they hit the ball on Johnson, where, if you're taking a backer and making him a pass rusher, then somebody's got to cover that back out of the backfield, and that's what they did. They picked up the rush and then worked on Johnson. That was the first play that really got him started in the game, besides the cutback run by Pierce. So, we'll adjust and we'll do some things, but early on, it helped us a little bit. They dropped a pass that was there too. You got to have some of that. Just like for us right there, you got to make that third down play. You got to make somebody miss you. He's one of our best receivers, best runners, but guys diving at you, you got to make them miss you. And Florida's getting some confidence on defense now too. We've had 2 straight series with nothing out of it. Didn't even make a first down, albeit one of them was with a quarterback hurt shoulder, and then the last one, we're just kind of feeling things out for Mathis.
And Dr. Greg Steele in the chat says the same thing that you did a second ago, Coach, that Zamir White had a 76-yard touchdown run and then only 1 touch after that.
All right.
Here comes a punt to start the second quarter. Jake Camarda on the field. Again, one of the more effective punters in all of college football. Another beauty here. Florida's going to get the ball about its own 16-yard line, and it'll be 1st and 10 for Kyle Trask at that point. John Wittenberg says Coach is on it as usual. John Adams says, Coach, I completely agree with you. So, your fans are
well, I'm not. I appreciate them agreeing, but what we got to do is get a stop here. No question, we get a stop. They're in some real, they've gone 155 yards on us in the last 8 minutes.
They do that a lot where Pitts, Tony, or Pitts and some other player are in tight together, where you're hoping to get some form of miscommunication or give a small window where you got to pick one, or who am I covering, who am I not covering. And just right there, easy 5 yards just because of their alignment.
And you're not going to get any rush on first down. It's hard to rush the passer when you're playing run. This is where we got to stop them right here. That's a good play. Great tackle there by N'Kobe. Third down is, we talked about it on our show on Thursday for people that don't know. Tell us about what you have on Thursday there, Dayne. Every Thursday we have, but third down is the key in this game.
Every Thursday, us three, Coach Donnan, Brent Rollins, and myself, the Around the League podcast, where we chat about SEC football. It's on the same YouTube channel. 3rd and 3 for the Gators.
Same deal. Same exact play as the first down play. Except this time Tony went inside. There's all kinds of bodies around him. They're just not getting to him. Not quite getting to him.
It's a small pocket, but he's got time.
He's doing a very good job of just hanging there. And obviously his size helps him be able to just hang and hang and hang.
There's another pick. We can't play man on these guys on short yardage, I don't think. Do you?
It's a pick your poison kind of deal.
Right.
First down and 10, 13-24, 13-23, second quarter, 13-21.
Good run fits there. Very good run fits.
Monty Rice is playing an aggressive game. He's jacked up.
And the interior tackle there did a very good job on that play as well. Ugh.
Oh, Penn State.
21-0. Gee. The line on that game was 25, so they're ahead 46-0. Light them up here.
All right, second and 10.
I like
Good
him.
stop.
It's going to be third.
That's Logue.
That was low.
Mm-hmm.
Freshman. Looks pretty good. They're going fast. We can't.
1-on-1 at the top of the screen. He didn't take it. Pick. Oh,
There you go. Got it.
Stokes, take it on back now.
go. House it. House it.
He's got a chance.
Dive.
He's good.
Woo! Woo! Boy, that was huge.
Shocked he didn't go to the top of the screen. Pitts had 1-on-1.
Boy, we needed that so bad. Confidence.
I'd say we're going to talk about that in Film Don't Lie.
Hey, look at the top. You got to think he'd go up there, wouldn't he?
I mean, he's
What a break on the ball.
yes. That's
And how about us setting up?
returns.
Yeah. No blocks in the back.
Good job by Adam Anderson.
You know, the thing you always want to do when you intercept a pass, just for coaching point, you coach your guy, is run to the pylon. Don't try to cut back across the field. Just run at an angle as fast as you can to the pylon. That guy right there is a state 100-meter champion, and you saw his explosiveness here after he got it. But here he is. He's running the ladder. If you just pretend there's a ladder on the field, you got the numbers, the hash mark, and the boundary. He ran right down the ladder for 7 points. Answered the phone, Georgia defense. I really love that series. I mean, they made a couple good conversions there, but we stopped the run twice. I was surprised they ran the ball on second down and 8, weren't you?
Yes. Yeah. I mean, that was two straight.
To this
point, first and second down runs.
The longest pass they've thrown is the one out of the backfield to the
two wheel routes they try to throw.
But you know, I was reading some stats, maybe by you, but the longest play Florida's had against us in the last 3 years has been a 30-yard pass from Franks to somebody. So we got to keep limiting those. But confidence right there. Your defense just gets so much confidence. Trask starts thinking maybe we got, maybe these guys are covering us better. I'm gonna be careful about throwing to the outside guys, and then we hang with Pitts. But it's just like I said earlier, and I'm talking a lot. I'm gonna let you.
Go for it, Coach.
We got to be careful about, hey, well, we got them now. I mean, that's what I said when it's 14-0. This is going to be a ball buster, barn burner, and everybody from Georgia that's been down on the Dogs about what they can do and what they can't do. Pretty damn impressive the way they've come in this game and played on both sides of the ball. Not as good as they needed to defensively early, and not as good as they needed to offensively, but as a total team with a kicking game, I mean, you got a 7-point lead here now, and you get rolling.
Well, we continually talk about, as much as Florida is a passing team, I mean, they're a 60% passing team. If you allow them 5, 6, 4 every time they run the ball, it makes them that much more dangerous. And right there, you had 2 straight run stops, definitive third and long. Even they went quick. USub did a very good job of getting people in and out. And if you can do that, and that's the key, I think, the remainder of the game. If you can define them as a true passing team and make them not blend both, tee off on Trask, do all the things that you can do there. And by the way, Campbell was the one who was guarding Pitts at the top of the screen. And if you're going to leave him one-on-one, that's the guy to leave him with.
I don't mind Campbell playing Pitts.
No, if you're going to play him one-on-one, it's with him.
All right, ball's in the air for the kickoff, 12-17. Yet another touchback.
What was the over-under on this game? 42?
Upper 40s, I think.
Yeah, they're talking about what you're talking about. Really good eyes from Eric Stokes.
I just like our poise with not a block in the back here. Way to break on the ball.
Watch out, Mark Webb blocks here. Sticks with it.
Turn right there.
Yep.
Gets Tony. And Tony's obviously the guy who has the speed to make that play.
Next time, put it in your outside arm, Stokes. But we won't give him a bad grade on that.
He doesn't usually carry a football when he's running track, so.
My man Ron Corson and Drew Wilson doing the job out there for us. Who's 22? I know Milton's 22.
That was Nate McBride.
Nate McBride.
Nate, yes, Nate. Good special team guy. Hope he didn't pull something there.
Proud of Vidalia, Georgia. Shout out to Bill's Donuts in Vidalia, Georgia.
They might be going out there and playing that other guy quarterback this series.
Emory Jones?
No, they won't.
All right, Trask is in there. It's 12-17 here in the second quarter. Georgia leads 21-14 after the Eric Stokes pick 6. And the Gators take the snap.
Back. Wheel route.
It was there the whole time.
They're killing us with the backs. Just killing us.
Like you said, Dane, it was there early, and he was looking elsewhere, and the fact that he looked elsewhere allowed the back to get even more.
Yeah, I mean,
free.
seriously.
But yes,
there's a
pick.
Yeah, there's another pick.
Uncoordinated.
We can't play man under against these guys. I'm just telling you, we can't.
Campbell there, once he saw that, peeled toward the middle of the field as opposed to outside. So
it's great execution by them, and they know what we're in, too.
Blitz.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
He just beat Campbell. What's the flag?
I mean, that throw and catch. I think they may call PI on that. I feel like the only way it's coming back is if it's a holding.
He just beat him off the line there.
Yeah, pass interference on Tyson Campbell.
2 plays, touchdown.
I mean, Coach, I don't know what much more can be done. I mean, that was a really perfectly thrown football, and it's Kyle Pitts. He's got signs there.
Well, you got a pro corner playing him, and we just got to. I mean, we got to make up our mind now. Florida's gashed us. Alabama's gashed us. I don't know if we can play press coverage down after down against these people.
Yep.
And play some zone. Nothing. That's not being negative, but I mean, what'd you say? 17 out of 20 Florida had, Alabama had on us on targets. And this guy today, I mean, he's hit every pass he's thrown except the ones they dropped and then the interception.
Or at least some level of, if you're going to play man, some zone over the top. But you know, like we said, if you're going to leave, put somebody on one-on-one on him. It's Campbell, but right there, hey, he just beat him. He's that good.
Jermaine King asked, are those picks legal? The answer is no, but the answer, do they call the flag? That's a different story.
Well, it's how you do it as much as anything else. You if there's arms extended, it's every team does it.
I don't think
every team does it. Every team in the NFL does it. It's you see it every Sunday. It's just a matter of how much the eyes are on. The referee's eyes are on that area.
So what's this guy got? 3 touchdown passes in the first half?
2, the little short run.
Yeah, that run up the gut.
But he's 12 of 17 for 196 and 2 touchdowns at this point.
That pick play in question, I don't think that was egregious enough to draw a flag. It wasn't Hunter Renfrow in the national championship game against Alabama.
I think we got to go on first down. We've been hurt with man coverage. Maybe some kind of change up, but at this point, the wide receivers haven't caught but 1 pass, have they, for them?
Couple crossers.
Yeah. They're hitting the tight ends and the backs. Pierce has
Shorter has 2.
Tell us what they got.
Yeah. Pitts has 2 for 59. Right out of the backfield just got 50. Another wheel route, 39. And then Davis, I think, is also back, and then Shorter has 2 for 18.
Yeah, but we've had 2 times where we've been on Pitts with either a star or a safety star guy.
Yep.
Or Campbell, and both jump balls he's won. Right?
Yeah, and that's, you think about who you're, from an athletic physicality size standpoint, those are the 2 guys, Stevenson and Campbell, and both of them have been beat.
Yeah. Same thing with Waddle and Smith.
The promotion for the Masters. Bubba Watson, 2-time Masters champion, will be representing the Georgia Bulldogs. There'll be, I think, 3 Georgia golfers in the Masters next week.
Maybe this guy kicking into the wind might not kick it as far, and we might have a chance to take it back. Just got to hope that's a chance. Kick it short and take it back. What a shootout. There it is.
7 Florida players have receptions. Pitts has 2. Wright has 1. Zipper has 1.
Stetson coming back? Looks like it. Or no? Yep.
So Stetson Bennett returns to the game.
All right, Stetson. The last play you had, he dropped the snap. Let's go now. You got to answer the challenge here. The game's still tied.
I think this is Georgia's 15th play. 14th and 15th play total.
21-21, Georgia and Florida are tied. It's 11:32 in the second quarter.
8-man box.
Not a very smooth handoff.
You're not going to run the ball against an 8-man box. We got to get inventive here. Washington and Milton out. They got another guy down. We're going to run how many plays?
That was, I think, the 15th play. 14th or 15th play.
Pulling up the team stats here.
What does 2 play for them?
Safety.
Georgia's run 14 plays for 142 yards.
How many they run? 20-some?
Florida's
Right
run
at 30.
29 plays for 244 yards. But the score is 21-all. That's what happens when you get defensive scores. And
Well, it's shoulder. Yep. Shoulder. Stinger. Forearm.
He's starting safety or what?
Yes.
hey, some people are going to be needing a few more boxes of Bud Light Seltzer into this game. It's going to be stressful. James Cook in the backfield beside Stetson Bennett. You got Trey McKitty tied in to the left.
Atta boy.
Nice throw.
Shoulder looked fine there.
Middle of the field.
Christie asked why is Stetson back out there. Well, Christie, he's healthy enough to play, and he's the starting quarterback.
Yeah, that toss sweep.
They're all
Yep.
sides.
Cook. He takes a shot.
Great
Too much air.
protection.
Oh, that's. Ooh.
Just get open once, Matt.
I think one reason
That was an interesting defensive tactic there from the guy with 6.
but one reason I think that they don't call that, Brent, is because,
The ball.
well, a bit of the ball, but
That's interference.
uh,
I like the shot there. Good effort there by Matt. I mean, he got impeded a little bit, but
Took a shot, though.
if you're going to go deep, you got to hit him. We're behind the sticks now.
10 minutes, 30 seconds here in the second quarter. 2nd and 10. Zamir White gets the carry. Nothing there.
Schaefer got whipped.
Can't get beat at the line of scrimmage there.
You know, Schaefer is one of Georgia's best offensive linemen about moving around, getting out in motion, getting on the edge. We've seen that in our films don't lie pieces, Brent. And I'd like to see Schaefer kind of help in open field a little bit more than what we've seen.
We've seen a lot of counter from them recently, and we haven't seen it this game. Obviously, we haven't seen a lot of plays from their offense, but again, 3rd and 11.
This is not our cup of tea here.
Solid protection.
Oof.
Overthrown toward.
There's
Jermaine
a Burton that
had him. Good footwork in the pocket. Just going to make the throw. Good help from Cleveland. Ooh,
got to make that throw.
Yeah, that's a...
Had a lot of space. He could have led him toward the sideline.
Yes, that was the interesting part. And, hey, you know.
Just don't go to sleep here on our punts because this guy's dangerous.
4th and 11, Jake Camarda on the field to punt. 9:43.
Good angular punt. That's perfect location.
Up to the 18-yard line, maybe the 19. There's 9:39 left in the second. And we're going to take about a 30-second break and say thank you to our friends at Athens Ford, and we'll be right back after this.
Athens Ford makes buying a car or truck easy, safe, and more affordable than ever. During the Athens Ford Model Year-End Clearance Event, use Easy Purchase online to shop hundreds of new Fords, all with our 100% price protection guarantee. Plus, save big with F-150s up to $14,000 off and Expeditions up to $15,000 off. All new Fords include our lifetime warranty and complimentary delivery. Plus, pick up and drop off with every service. We're lending a hand to keep you going and keep you safe. Athens Ford, where we do it all for you.
And that's for Florida's offense. That's it right now. Is he's staying positive and staying just very calm in the pocket.
You got guys open with blinker lights on too.
And you're seeing Georgia in a lot of cover one with man under and a single high safety. That might be something like Coach has talked about. That might be something where your second half or your even in-game adjustment is switching more even. It's not what they do. They're doing what they do. But now you see two high safeties.
Man,
play action.
Throwback.
Got it.
Again,
They're
back,
plays.
wheel, on a backer.
They're absolutely destroying our backers. There's N'Kobe getting hurt too. Watch N'Kobe try to cover this guy.
Yep. I mean, it's obviously something they identified pregame. These are our plays. These are our big shot plays. Ooh, that was a little high.
Roddy Nabolsi from the stadium says there is rain in the distance, so that could be a factor here.
That's 3 wheel routes, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. Tony in the backfield.
9 minutes and 9 seconds, 9 minutes and 8 seconds.
And N'Kobe got hurt too.
I'll take that all day. Him on in between the tackles.
Who's 90 for us?
Is that Waltower?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Jamel.
You know, you got to pick your poison now. I mean, we got to figure out some way to stop these backs. We can use our backs on their linebackers too. I thought Cook would be a threat today.
Oh my goodness! I hope seen.
We're gonna get targeting here. Seen if we get seen.
Okay?
Yeah, I'm just hoping he's all right.
Because he doesn't look good.
That's scary.
He looked like he was a little twitchy right there. Didn't know where he was.
Right there. I hope Pitts is fine too.
Gosh.
That was a collision.
He might be out of the game.
That's two good football players fighting for the spot. I mean, and, you know, trying to draw the ball loose.
Let's see the replay on it. How many guys can we get hurt? We lost Dean and Dayne on the
Back-to-back plays. Or, well, 2 out of 3 plays.
I hope they're both all right. Oh, that's so violent.
Mm.
Yeah, there's no
That's head to
way.
head. That's helmet to helmet.
Yeah, that should be targeting.
He's got to get his shoulder turned there. Mm.
That in real time was so fast.
Yes.
Well, I hope he's all right. I think that's a tough lick. But Scene's out of the game for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
When it's what's so
And
hard.
now you're playing Florida with
Backup safeties.
both safeties out.
That's a proper use of the targeting penalty. And I don't think he was doing anything to try to hurt anybody. He's trying to play hard football.
Well, and it's so hard for defensive players now. They just have to learn how to lead with the shoulder and a lower. But Pitts goes to the ball and gradually, as he's getting there, leans down. It's so hard because it's so fast.
Yeah. And his natural instinct is to get low to protect himself from the hit.
Right.
Not to kind of try to stay elevated and expose yourself more.
Well, got to bow up and slow him down in some way, shape, or form. At least force some form of field goal attempt here.
With us, Georgia's 2 starting safeties now not available to play.
Who came in?
Probably move Stevenson back there, maybe. I don't know.
Good play from Monty Wright.
20's Burns, right? Freshman. Just got knocked down. Yep.
He actually probably leaving because of concussion. He doesn't have to lead the field, but they were angles.
So now you got Chris Smith, who I think has played less than 300 career snaps at safety, and true freshman Major Burns at safety. And another wheel route for a touchdown.
Wow. I mean, Traska's just lofting these sideline wheel route throws.
Yeah, we're just outmanned now. And they're scheming the heck out of us.
I mean, look, Dan Mullen's a really good offensive coach.
Inline
I
tight
mean, how
end.
many times can they throw it to the inside receiver on a linebacker? That's 4, isn't it?
Yep,
Yeah.
at least.
We keep playing it.
All right, so Brent, from a scheme standpoint, what do you do to stop wheel routes?
I mean, you play more zone, but still yet it's eye discipline. It's eye discipline more than anything else.
Where was that guy? The slot?
He was an inline tight end.
Yeah. I mean, I knew Florida had an explosive passing attack, but if you'd have told me that Florida would have 4 touchdowns on Georgia's defense a quarter and a half through the game, I wouldn't have believed that. Whatever the over is, they may already have surpassed that.
Yeah, I think they have. I want to say it was I thought it was right at 48.
Trinity Clark says put Channing Tindall on those wheel routes. Well, decent idea, but some of the linebackers are the ones that are getting abused here.
Well, we're going to have to probably play him because it looks like Nakobe Dean's out. You can say what you want to about the guys being hurt, but they're scheming the heck out of us. Too.
Right. I don't know that this is something where even if you're completely healthy, playing everyone as you normally would, that these same things aren't happening. Maybe a little bit less, but still yet. All right, over under was 55, by the way.
Well, I mean, look,
Dayne.
however you want to look at this, and I know a lot of people make fun of Dan Mullen and some of the things he says, and the Darth Vader of the week. And, there's a lot there if you're looking. He's a really good offensive.
Well, I mean, he's
player.
due. I mean, he's 1-10 against Kirby, but today he's definitely got him.
You don't get a team like Mississippi State to be one of the top 2 ranked teams in the country.
The thing it's just like a perfect storm. Though we get up 14-0, then your quarterback gets rocked, and you got no momentum now. We made 1 first down since then. Is that right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Down 2 starting safeties. Down your starting nose tackle. If Dean is gimpy, we know Quay Walker was coming off of an injury. Looks like Kyle Pitts is going to the locker room as well. Hope he's all right.
Hey, the game's still on the table here. I mean, we just got to
they're so early in the game.
They haven't traded for any defensive players that we went up and down the field on. We just got to start rocking here. Don't forget to run the ball.
Well, I don't feel like Georgia's offense has had the ball very much still.
They haven't, but they got to make some first downs when you're in there.
Right at 20 plays, but yes, exactly.
With the amount of points that are getting on the board and how quickly Florida has moved, Coach, do you ever think let's just try to kind of slow it down, kind of play establish that run game and
we got to get a couple first downs, get our defense. They're rocking. I mean, we got to get some first downs here.
A first down pass, but there it is.
And you dropped it.
There's the difference. You set up a great scheme and you drop the damn ball. Nose.
I mean, it was there, 100%.
I mean, you've just been seeing it at the end. By the way, little fingers together, pinkies together.
Explain what you're meaning there.
Well, he put his index fingers together to catch that. Put his little fingers together.
Wow, get some help.
2nd and 10 for Georgia, 7:40.
Jeez.
Just overshot Kyrus Jackson. I'm kind of like you, though, Coach. I mean,
you got a chance to make some plays. Now, there's quarterback overthrow here.
Yep, that's a touchdown.
And then he drops the one before it. So he's got to get some help, but he's got to do it too. Woo, baby. All right, here we go. Make the 3rd down conversion here.
Yeah.
Talk about scheme, though.
Your defense needs a little bit of a breather right now.
Those were 2 big play schemes that Todd Monken set in play, and execution didn't happen. 7:34, 2nd quarter. Georgia snapping 3rd and 10. Stetson escapes.
Shit.
And it's going to be about a 5 to 6 yard gain.
Todd
Setting-
Monken. Good call. First and second down. You can't do much more than that, buddy. You can't play for him.
That Fitzpatrick drop, that was difficult.
My bad. Not going to get it, Stetson. You got to hit that, baby. Watch out, this guy trying to run it. Get him in the end zone.
He ran backwards by himself.
Yeah.
What was he doing? Kadarius Toney.
That's an amazing punt, by the way.
How far was that?
About, what,
From
30-yard line to the...
655 maybe?
Let's see what it says officially.
Holy smoke. But why are we throwing it to Fitzpatrick instead of McKitty or Washington?
So, after the first 3 and out of the game, Florida scored touchdowns on 4 or 5 possessions, and the one they didn't was the pick 6.
Yeah. Well, here's your chance. I mean, let's redirect. You know they're going to throw it to the backs. This guy's going for the Heisman Trophy today.
Florida's averaging 9.5 yards per play.
His height here is massive advantage for him.
I mean, that's a on-the-money throw.
We got Dayne back in there.
Cut back. There you
Yeah,
go.
that's
Just
one.
go at him. Go at the shifty guys. Right at him. Good job, Trayvon.
Long yardage play. The one guy that I thought might hurt us today, he hadn't done anything.
No.
Tony. If I'm Kirby and Lanning right here, there's no way I'd try to light this guy up and play man coverage.
5:46, second quarter, 5:45.
Wheel route again.
5:44.
There. And we missed a tackle.
Was that Smith?
No, that was Burns.
That was Major Burns.
Yep.
True freshman in there.
I mean, he's right there.
You got to make the play in front of you.
Watch the back out of the backfield.
You're going to have to, like Campbell there,
Seal, let force the guy inside,
force him
play
in
flat.
and then sit and see if you can, catch him, pick him off in some way, not realizing that you're sitting in zone.
So give us the numbers on their backs and tight ends right now, how many yards they've caught.
It's basically everything.
I'm looking at the individual stats.
Outside of Shorter's catches.
Is that their center or what are they? 51.
All right, 20 Davis, 3 catches for 64 yards. Kyle Pitts, 2 catches for 59 yards.
He got 35. Pierce got 35.
Pierce has 35. Zipper has 39. Wright has 50. Shorter has 32. Gamble has 24. They're spreading it out. I mean, it's a lot of the same route, but the different guys.
That one right there, Pierce and the other guy just been.
Pierce had, it's Emory Jones in the game now.
Could be a quarterback run.
5:30 in the second quarter.
Oh, that was when Paul Start, right tackle. So coming into the game, so they had played 4 games. Zipper had 2 targets. Wright had 5. Pierce only had 5, and Gamble only had 2. And those are the guys that are absolutely just destroying you right now.
All right, 1st and 15 for Florida. Emory Jones staying in the game.
Give him a lot of credit, making the change, taking Trask out. I can't figure that out. Maybe he'll throw a pick. Quarterback run, more than likely.
Yep.
Quarterback run indeed. Got about 7 yards.
We knew it. And
Emory Jones was a 4-star quarterback from Carrollton, Georgia. He's tagging back out, and here comes Kyle Trask.
is he from Carrollton or down south?
He was from Carrollton.
Did he play at, what was this? He played
I
at,
thought
I thought he, something county.
he played at Heard County, yeah.
Yeah. Tried to hit the back here.
There's a Laurie in coverage.
They know what we're in. I mean, they're attacking us. Which,
Massive third down.
well, it's only third, like 3, right?
Correct.
Yeah. How many first downs they had? About 20?
Florida has 15 first downs. Well, no, it's more than that. No, it's probably, I think it's 17. This is at the start of the drive.
Bad fit initially. Fit inside.
We,
Need to stop in the worst way here.
we had a slant with our 7. Was Stevenson supposed to go inside there, you think? We didn't have anybody fit in there, did we?
No, and one of the things that Florida does a great job of even running from bunch sets. They run bunch sets more than anybody in the conference, almost twice as much as anybody in the SEC, and are getting the matchups they want through it right now.
Knock him back.
There's Laurie.
Yeah, Ojolari's playing a good game.
Knock him back.
Watch how Georgia's defensive linemen are long before even the play begins. If you're seeing hands on hips, if you're seeing huffing and puffing, some of these guys are going to be getting more snaps than they normally do.
Plus, they aren't subbing either, so you can't sub. You know, they're not running people in and out of the game. We can't do it either. But
376 total yards for Florida.
It's a quick screen. Drop.
finally dropped one. Major Burns, true freshman, playing safety. Chris Smith. You got formation in the boundary. Watch him working over here.
3rd and 9. 2:34 left in the second quarter. Florida leads 28-21. It's a good stop.
Good job by Nakobe. Good read.
Smart by Bowen, though. Hey, get half of it. Now he's going to try to get the other half.
Kicking.
It's a long kick, isn't it?
47.
A little shorter than I thought it was.
Maybe we'll block it.
All right, so this would make it a 2-possession game. 2 minutes here.
I don't know why we don't call timeout right there.
I was about to ask the same question. 50
But if you call a timeout, it might give him a chance to think about it.
Kick is up,
Money.
and kick is good.
That
Down
would
the
wow.
post.
That would have been good for well beyond 50.
He got that kick high, too.
He got the ball on the 5-yard line that time, and at least we stopped him.
Any kind of points here before the half would make a big difference. We've seen that so often in
Gotta
college
have 'em.
football.
You got to have them because they get the ball.
They get the ball.
Oh, that's right.
They haven't punted, have they?
Nope.
Since the
Well,
first of the
since
game.
first 3 and out. Five scores.
They've had
and
two
one pick.
They've had 2 punts the first 2 series, and then there's been 6 straight series we either score or we score. We've had like 4 straight punts, haven't we?
It's yes.
I mean, this second
But, you know, in all seriousness, they've attacked us very much like Alabama did. Exact opposite, though. to the inside guys, whereas Alabama was doing it to the outside guys.
Right.
But our pass defense is on track to give up over 800 yards to those two teams, right?
I mean, they're close to that right now, Coach, unfortunately.
How many do they have right now? 300?
They have almost 400 yards of offense. They have
312
throwing right now.
I've never seen a Kirby Smart pass defense get riddled like this. But part of it's who you got in there, too, I know.
Florida's outscored Georgia 17-7 in this second quarter.
We had every reason to step on the gas here, 14-0, but, hey, we got to get a little.
They came right back down and scored when it was 14-0.
Let's get some good. Maybe we can get a score here.
Get something.
Well, remember that last drive? A couple open players. You had one drop from John Fitzpatrick. You had one overthrow to Kyrus Jackson that would have been an explosive play. From a coaching standpoint, I don't know what more you do.
Well, what's also a problem right now is the tempo of the game completely favors them. Completely favors them right now.
Well, they think every play they're gonna make is a touchdown. We're worried about first downs right now. We got right here. We got 2 timeouts. Make something happen there.
Stetson Bennett, quarterback, got the ball at the 25-yard line. Minute 44 left here in the first half. Florida leads 31-21.
Darnell behind him.
Yeah. Throwing low and behind a guy that's 6'7".
You gotta hit that, and if you do throw it behind him, he's got to turn and get down on it too, right? Boy,
It's a lot of missed opportunities.
the guys that we're going to are freshmen and sophomores. They got to step up. Throw it to Cook some. Has he touched it but once or what?
Twice. 1 catch, 1 run, I think.
Burton comes in for a tight formation.
They wanted Cook.
Bennett goes down. So it's going to be 3rd and 10.
10.
Watch Florida call timeout here. Boy, you got Burton.
Yeah, Burton's open there.
That's pressure. He's already getting pressure.
Schaefer.
Execution in the passing game just is not there. Some of it's quarterbacks, some of it's receivers. Opportunities are there. 3rd and 10. Georgia's got the football. That'll be just a minute left here.
I was shocked they didn't take a timeout, by the way, Coach.
Florida, yeah. They will on this one, though. If it's,
Yeah, Georgia's letting it run down all the way down.
we could run a draw play here, I bet.
I would almost
That's
bet you are 100% correct.
not a draw.
Deep shot. Overthrow.
Give him a chance.
.45 seconds here left in the first half. Georgia will be punting to Florida. So how aggressive the Gators get, I guess it depends on field position, right?
Yeah, but
He knows he's got the ball.
have we rolled out any today?
No.
Oh, he missed the
Missed that
punt.
one.
He missed it. Your
Oh,
best
yeah.
player, now they got field position.
5 straight punts for Georgia. That one.
Guy's had a great year, and then it's a 20-yard punt. Boy, I tell you what, when it rains, it pours. Any kind of punt there, and the half's over. Now they got a shot at it. Bad drop.
Yep.
He knew it.
I bet old Mullen wish he'd have called a timeout earlier.
Well, now he's got 39 seconds and half the field. He might rather have the
That's true.
timeout. I don't know.
They get the ball again, too.
Look to see if anyone gets a wheel route here. I'll stop the clock, right?
Yeah.
First down, Florida. If you want a big difference in this game, I think it's accuracy of passes.
Plus catching it.
Yep.
Yeah, the combination of the two. You haven't seen Florida, I think, maybe one crucial drop.
Could be.
You got to recall it.
Yep.
.30 seconds left here in the first half.
Just got to keep him out of the end zone.
You know, just the way this first half's gone, it's going to take a really stellar second half from Georgia to. But the opportunities have been there. I think that's what we're saying. It's going to take some high-level execution from this point on. But you need to avoid points here.
Well, the adjustments are more defensive right now than offensive.
Correct. 30 seconds left. Florida approaching the red zone.
Got the edge.
It's a good play when it could be Dean.
Holy moly.
Tell you, one of the things I worry about Florida's offense has been on the field so much and scoring most of the time, but I worry that it's going to get continually easier as a Georgia defense with not as many bodies out there as it normally has.
That's true, but you got to stop them some too.
You got to get off the field, yeah.
Well,
But offense did. I mean, second quarter, how many plays we run? Like 12?
you're probably right on maybe 13. Let's see.
11.
Yep.
Second quarter, Georgia's run 11 plays for 26 yards. Florida's run 23 for 235.
Biggest play of the game was when the guy hit Bennett late. Ever since then, things have gone downhill for us, don't you think?
Yep. I think you're right, Coach.
No
Because
offense.
the next play didn't even get the snap.
25 seconds left, 2nd and 6. Kyle Trask back to pass. Make him call the other timeout. Well done to tackle him before the first down marker.
He looks
How
hurt.
many guys can we get hurt? Is that Stevenson?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was Tyreek Stevenson. He's the one that made that tackle. Did he land on his shoulder? Or maybe an elbow?
Or we're playing with.
Who's the next nickel?
Well, you got Webb and maybe in Dime there. It's good poise by Trask there. It was on the throwing lane, wasn't it?
I'm off to text Jake Roos and see what the depth chart offers at a certain point. Stevenson's staying out there.
This would probably be a run and then spike it. What do you think?
I mean,
He might go up the top, though.
you might. I would almost see them take a shot here.
Maybe have a check down to get you a first down if that's not there.
Shot at the top of the screen.
I mean,
How many times can Campbell get beat?
well, that's a quick 10 points for Florida to close the half.
Those are almost daggers. I mean, that one.
38 points scored on Georgia in a half.
Who's 8?
Grimes.
Wow. Any kind of punt there, and you still got a shot. But now we're down 3 scores with the way our offense is playing. Got to get back in there and regroup. Same team that had 14-0's down 17.
Yep.
I'm trying to remember.
That's a massive point swing, by the way.
I don't know if I can remember a time that many points have been scored on Georgia in a half.
Text Dave. Ask Dave.
Scored 31 on me against Auburn one year. That's 4 TDs for him now, isn't it?
Yes.
I mean, Trask has been just uncommonly accurate.
This is like disaster. Some of it's injured players, but I mean, that's Tyson Campbell. That's your best player. He's been beat twice.
Yep.
5 straight games.
Wow.
He's actually got 5 touchdowns today. He threw one to us.
I'm going to pull up some second quarter stats here.
Yeah, those folks aren't too happy right there.
All right, here's
Go ahead,
here's
Dane.
second quarter stats. First downs, Florida 12, Georgia 1. Passing yards, Florida 229, Georgia 25.
House it.
Total plays, Florida 25 for 253 yards, Georgia 11 plays for 26 yards. Florida's averaging in this quarter 10.1 yards per play. Georgia averaged 2.3 yards per play.
That's about like the second quarter last week, wasn't it? When we had the ball 11 minutes, but a lot less yards. But
time of possession in the second quarter, Florida 10 minutes and 41 seconds. Georgia 4 minutes and 8 seconds. Georgia was 0 for 4 on third down. Florida was 3 of 5. I mean, Georgia just got bullied in that second quarter. Just got beat.
all right, take a break. No way we can rehash this any better.
Yeah, we need to regroup just much like they do.
Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to put up a slideshow here. You'll see some photos. This will be our halftime show. We'll come back in the second half a few minutes beforehand, and we will talk to you then. Thanks to our friends at Bud Light Seltzer and Athens Ford. All right, everyone, welcome back to the UGASports.com watch-along party. That's Jim Donnan, College Football Hall of Famer, former Georgia head coach. This is Brent Rollins from Pro Football Focus. And I'm Dayne Young. And first half that you just don't see against Georgia very often, 38 points put up by Florida. The Gators have a 38-21 lead. And, Coach, we talked about it, that wheel route, some of the stuff that Florida was doing with their running backs as receivers. Georgia did not have an answer for it.
Well, you just out-execute us. We had the guys playing them. They just couldn't cover them, you know. I mean, you got a guy man-to-man, and you get whiffed off a little bit with a little pick, and then you get a poor angle. And, Tyson Campbell, our best corner, gets beat twice, same place on the field. I mean, that's just a case of out-executing. But bottom line for me is you had 14-0, you made them punt twice, and then since then they haven't punted. And defense just didn't step up, and the offense, ever since Bennett got hit late, has been trying to overcompensate for his passing and has missed some open receivers, and some of the guys have dropped it. But a lot of doubt right now on our team, I'm sure, among our fans, everybody else. But this is the same team that started the game out. Their defense is not doing anything. It's just a case of us not making the plays that are there. I mean, you got a chance to catch the ball, you got to do it. So offense has got to help the defense, and this guy's on fire for them. And I will say that I was listening to my compatriot over there talk about the 3 games that we played against LSU, Alabama, and Florida today. And give us those stats, sir.
Well, it's one of those things that sort of has been my mantra, and it's one of the things that we at PFF have looked at. Just offense just matters more in today's football, especially when your quarterback can play at an elite level.
Excuse me for my mask. I went outside. I got to get my mask on. That's terrible.
But when you look at the past sort of 3 really, really good offenses that Georgia has played, so that's LSU last year in the SEC championship game. That's Alabama a while earlier this season, and then Florida today. So that's 10 quarters of football that they've now played against those 3 teams. They've given up 1,456 yards and 126 points in those 10 quarters. No matter how many great players you have on defense, when you have an accurate quarterback and you have playmakers on the outside, the offense is just going to find ways to beat you. It's today's football.
Yeah, I mean, that's a pretty vivid stat there. I mean, that's over almost 500 yards a game and over 40 points. And
we still got 2 quarters to go.
The thing you got to do in this game, though, is just a pride factor here. Talk to our team at halftime and look. You can't look about, we should have done this, we should have done that. Hey, you go out there, you got embarrassed, this is a team that's your rival. You had this team down and they came back. If you got any fight in you, are you going to fight back? What are you made of? Coaches, players, everybody. You got to come back. Show some pride here. Don't just say, well, I should have had it. My bad, all that shit. Hey, get out there and make some plays.
Yep. In the first drive, you get to see sort of the defenses on the field first. What do you got? Now, granted, you're now down your 2 starting safeties, 1 to injury, 1 to a targeting call. But, what do you have? And how do you adjust? Do you, in essence, make them dink and dunk and play, quarters coverage, play all cover 3 and let everything happen in front of you? Or, do you still stay aggressive like you have been and playing a lot of man?
Yeah,
So
I think it's pretty evident. We haven't hit the quarterback yet on a sack and hurried him a couple of times. I mean, it's kind of like I said when we played Drew Brees which is a long time ago. Just drop 8, make them throw it in front of us. I mean, and if they want to run the ball, let them try to run it. And hey, but you just can't keep giving up these kind of passes on just like we said, 30-yard gain was the biggest one. Now those are like nothing for them. Going into this game, the last 3 years, 30 yards was their longest play. And we've shut down Tony. I mean, they're not even throwing the ball to him. He had, 1 or 2 catches?
Yeah, very, very minimal.
And they played almost the whole second quarter without their number 1 gun, 84 Pitts out. So,
what's interesting about it is in both the 2 big games this year, you've seen sort of defined focuses for the defense that then the offense has an easy adjustment for. Like against Alabama, Kirby Smart and Dane Lanning were very much, like me, worried about the slants, the crossing routes, the deep overs, and them getting a 15-yard gain and turning it into 60. So you saw safeties helping in the middle of the field on those routes that let Waddle get deep on the touchdown, that let other sort of deep balls happen in that game. Here you're seeing a defined focus on Kadarius Toney, and all the backs now are sort of making hay and doing those things. So it's going to be, what answers do you have?
Brent Lumpdog has a question for you.
Okay.
He wants a little clarification. He's saying it sounds like that you're saying that an offense like Florida or Alabama or LSU last season, it's not that you stop them, it's that you have to outscore them. Is that what you're saying?
A little bit of that, yeah.
It's a little bit of that.
For sure now.
But it's also, as a defense, how do you win as a defense now? You win by creating against a great offense. Against a great offense, how are you going to beat them? You're going to beat them by creating turnovers, or you're going to beat them by forcing field goals.
Or making them miss a turn once in a while. You know, like we did. We made them miss 2 turns.
Yep.
Well, and of the 21 points that Georgia has, 7 of those were on defense with Eric Stokes. So, this is a defensive failure, and in a lot of cases, this is an offensive execution failure. I thought the scheme.
Well, plus the nail biter was that ball to a bad punt on top of everything. There's a Rosemy.
Mm-hmm.
Glad to see him back out there with his team in the cast. First career touchdown, and
ankle went away it's not supposed to go.
Yeah,
you just got to hope that they try to get greedy and make some bad decisions and we get some field position. That's all you can help, because they got to stop themselves some, don't you think, Brent?
Yeah, very much so. And Trask has been accurate, and he's not throwing to a lot of tight windows. He's just laying the ball out there.
They're talking about potentially giving the quarterback a look for Georgia. I mean, look, right now it's about Georgia's defense. Get off the field.
Yep.
Get off the field.
Make that decision after this 3 and out. Hopefully, if you're a coach.
Even if you've already made that decision, it doesn't matter until you get them off the field.
Yes.
38-7 run.
First play of the third quarter, Florida leads 38-21.
Taking another wheel route shot. Nope, that was the out route. That's the inline. It's the second receiver in the formation that they are attacking. They're using.
You see this touch that Trask has? Not everything's this laser shot. And he's so. He's in control.
Explain that, what you were meaning there about, so everybody know that wasn't a wheel route. They just threw the ball in behind.
No, that's just an out route. They motioned to the Twins, and it's the inline second receiver that's getting free. Almost same formation here.
14-30, 14-29.
And he's throwing RPOs behind it.
Yeah.
Old Mullins has something under his Christmas tree here. Just anything he got's working.
As an offensive coach, that's a good place to be.
John Allen says he's going to need more whiskey. I understand, John.
Maybe get a tip pass.
13:50, third quarter, 13:49. So there's an example right there where the pass is not accurate, but the receiver went and made a play on the ball. And
They got
no pressure.
The threat of the run really helps them there. And then you notice what they're doing on Azeez Ojulari is if the back, after he fakes, he's going out there and chipping on him. So they got to double on the tackle every time. That's 3 plays, 3 first downs here. Already in the scoring zone. Same kind of formation to work on the weak side over there to our left, right?
Kyle Trask, since the pick six, 12 of 13 for 263 yards and a touchdown.
We went to a dang that down right there, we went to a bear defense. You see us Walker safety up?
Yeah, pressing on the tight end.
There's a win. That's the first
Yeah.
play.
What's amazing about that is you look at Trask coming into this game, like 65% of his attempts went less than 10 yards.
Mm-hmm.
So they are, again, attacking down the field.
2nd and 9 for the Gators. It's 12:30, 12:32, 12:30 in the third quarter. Jermaine Johnson with a solid play.
You know what's
About a 1 yard gain.
if I'm a Georgia fan right now, I'm thankful when they run the ball. Unfortunately, you're in a spot where, hey, run it, take it, go get what you can get running, because he's carving you up as a passer right now.
Get off the
But hey,
field.
Force it.
I wouldn't be surprised to see him running again because he likes to get to that. Where he's playing for the field goal before, though.
Tony in the backfield has leverage.
Got pressure, had to get rid of it.
Yep.
There's a stop, guys.
Are they in field goal range here?
I think so.
Yeah. If he kicks it like he did that first one, for
Yeah.
sure. Nolan Smith with the pressure for Georgia.
Way to go.
Unfortunately, my bold prediction is not looking, from Thursday, is not looking too good right now.
Who's 56 for them? Are they cramping or what?
Better than mine, Brent.
I don't remember what
Mine was that Georgia's tight ends would have 75% of
at least 75. Oh yeah.
Mine's good.
Well,
but
actually, that might not be.
Yeah, because Pitts is out.
Well, and he only had a couple catches, but no catches for Washington or
Fitzpatrick.
exactly. Just
But I
just
said
drops.
Darnell or McKitty.
Yep.
What was yours, Brent?
mine
About
was
Adam Anderson.
mine was have all those explosive plays, but how many we had? Like 3.
3 or 4.
And a kickoff return, a long run. How far was that pass to Rosemy?
32.
Yeah, so one more, but I don't want to win that.
You're gonna need about 7 more to get back in this game.
All right, field goal attempt coming from Florida.
And then I think probably a lot of Georgia fans
This is
watching with intrigue after this.
perfect time for a fake.
51-yard attempt, center of the field.
You know what?
Perfect time to block it and take it back, Coach.
I'd like to see that too. Bad snap, anything. We need to break.
Snap and hold are good, and so is the kick.
I mean,
What a kick.
that is 3/4 of the way up the goalpost on a 51-yarder.
Well, you still got to have 3 scores.
Yep.
I mean, the way that their offense was humming at the end of the second quarter, I'd say that's a little bit of a victory to stop them at 3. Georgia's offense has got to show some life here.
We actually stopped them 2 out of the last 3 series, but the punt killed us. So what do you think they're going to do on offense here? You think they'll go with Bennett?
I think so.
Personally, I wouldn't. At this point, I want to see what I have. You know, it's what you've seen what you have now through however many games, 5-ish games of Stetson Bennett. You see what you have. You see the floor. You see the ceiling. You really don't know yet with DeJuan.
Right. The only thing that I would do is maybe give him one more shot and then go with the other guy. If he doesn't do it here, I mean, you got your game plan.
Yeah.
Try it. If it doesn't work, go with the other kid and let him go with it. Make a move with him because right now he's besides struggling, he's also physically looks like his arm doesn't seem the same. I mean, he doesn't.
Well, and it's like anything else when you're
I mean, you're
quarterback, pitcher. If you're pressing a little bit, even that slight little bit, stuff's a little long or it's a little off, and you're not in rhythm. You're not confident and calm.
And you're throwing to Matt Landers and Fitzpatrick and Burton instead of and from our standpoint, going into the season, you think Pickens, Blaylock, McKitty, Cook. I mean, hey, if we're going to just throw it to those guys. You know,
Right.
Pickens is not there. Blake like to throw it to Cook. Throw it to at least if he doesn't catch it. But you know, let's.
Well,
you only got so many plays. Let's target those guys.
Well, and you think about last week, and obviously Kentucky was a completely different game, but White and Cook had in the neighborhood of like 35 touches, 36 touches between the two of them, and I think right now they have 7. So you know it's
You can't.
get a first down. Here we go. Get a first down.
You can't win the game on this drive, but you can just about seal it if you don't get a first down.
Yep.
I mean, show something to your defense that you're going to give them some rest. Kick it short.
That's as much as anything is show your defense that's out
a
of bounds.
break. We get the ball on the 35.
There we go. Take
That's
it.
one first down. He's going with Bennett. You can see him. Missed opportunities. I hate to see these.
Yeah, that one to John Fitzpatrick, I think, was one of the bigger blunders.
And that's a touchdown right there to Kyrus too.
Back-to-back plays.
Yep.
Are those in our film don't lie?
Yeah, I think like Coach said, you got one series. If you can't get anything done in this one series, you might see the change.
Yeah, they're playing.
First counter we've seen.
They're playing the run. Todd Grantham getting his third down defense going. Let's go, hurry up.
Remember
We
when
got Landers and Burton in there. Is that who we got?
Mm-hmm. And the 2 tight ends, I think.
2nd and 6, 11:15 left in the quarter.
Nice
Remain
down.
with a first down.
Nice throw. Get some rhythm.
Trevor's going to be on the sideline. I didn't know he was allowed to be there.
He can go if you use him as one of your 70. He's cleared today. He just can't play. That's what they said.
Okay.
He's cleared. I think he may have traveled with the Cook. Watch Cook on a flag route here. Tight end down the middle, Cook on the flag. That's what they did, wasn't it?
Yes.
That's what they did.
It almost looked like he thought McKitty was going to carry the route, and McKitty sort of broke it off, but just a late look there.
.10:33 in the third quarter. It's 2nd and 10. Georgia trails 41-21.
You had to throw that in the way. They're not playing the play action, that's for sure.
Well, and what you saw there, and what worries when you're watching quarterbacks, is his eye level. Look at his eye level. Eye level's down, and then it's like when your eye level starts going down, the comfort does not. You can see that the comfort is just not where it needs to be.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to be comfortable when you get ass beat 20 points.
Very true.
Kyrus Jackson in motion. Heads back. Plenty of time. And a pick. Was
He
that
fall
Johnson?
down. Who's 83?
That's,
Johnson. Jalen Johnson.
Did he slip?
The ball was behind him.
Yep.
Well behind him. I think there's your answer, Coach.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got to make a move here.
It's time.
That's really bad accuracy.
They hadn't had that's only their second interception of the year or something.
It's very minimal. Well, and like you said, Coach, give your defense some confidence that your offense is going to keep you in the game or do something to help you in the game. That was unfortunately not the thing, not the way to drive you would want to. You know, we talked about this, I think, a little bit on Thursday.
Let's talk about this too. The first down pass to McKinney, what was he doing? If he stays on the hash, then you got a chance to hit the flag, don't you?
Yeah.
Why'd he bend in?
It would be great to see the wider shot of that. We didn't get that in the replay.
Yeah.
But you know, one of the things when you look at that, you would think with Stetson as the quarterback, that the ball would move around, ball out quick, short passing game,
like the first pass of the second half.
Things like that. And he's leading the SEC in terms of depth of target. He constantly is pushing the ball down the field.
I think he will be back in there.
I think you kind of have to, and maybe this is not how, you know, coaches think in these situations. I don't know. Program going forward. What is going to be better, to see what a Dwayne Mathis has in terms of that potential? Or do you think that for the remainder of the season and potentially going into the next, do you think Stetson Bennett's in the position to do something and be your starting quarterback?
No. You've got
and I agree with you, Brent. And
Yeah.
if that's the case, then you make the change and you deal with the ramifications, and regardless of how bad it is, because you want to know what you have.
That's the key. Yes, you see it in practice every day, and yes, you see every single rep. It's all videoed, it's all reviewed on video. But let's see it when the lights are on and when, you know, because one of the things that, you know, putting Mathis in the game at this point. Hey, dude, we're down 20. We've pretty much stunk for
Freelance it.
a quarter and a half. Just ball. Just go play. Whatever.
Yeah.
Got a sack on Travis.
Finally.
Jermaine Johnson. Yeah, the quarterback change is coming.
I mean,
So right,
it's
sir.
time. There's old Buster.
9:45 left in the third quarter.
Back. Out of the backfield.
Missed tackle.
Second 18. Who missed the tackle? Ronnie?
Monty Rice.
They're just killing us in the weak flat. What's their adjustment?
We're carrying the receiver across the field there, as opposed to passing that off in sort of true zone coverage. It's, you know. All right, bow up here. Oh, they gave it to him. Gave him the first down. On 2nd and 18, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow, that's not good.
Those numbers beside each other. CBS is showing Kyle Trask and Stetson Bennett quarterback stats alongside each other. I've been impressed with Zion Logue.
Played well.
He's got some push up front.
Outside of the first touchdown that Pierce got, where he completely got too high and got pushed into the end zone, he's made some plays.
And I will say, in a game that, you know, as time ticks, is going to be increasingly feeling completely out of reach, is an opportunity for some of these young guys to show something on tape to these coaches.
Very much so.
I'm ready to get more reps here. Channing Tindall.
God, make the tackle. They got a chance to go for it here. 4th and 4, you think they'll punt?
No, I mean, I could see them going for it.
I mean, hell, if it's within 65 yards, that kicker, the way he was
Yes.
launching them.
All right, Dwayne, you got your shot
Here you go.
here.
Just go ball, too. And they are going to punt.
All right, Kyrus Jackson to punt.
Let's get a punt return once.
I mean, there's forever left in this game. Just find some positive mojo, make one big play, completely change momentum, and let's get some positive going into the remainder of the.
Finally, that's a positive roll there. We got it on the 20.
There's a quarter and a half left. I've seen teams wipe away 20-point deficits.
Florida did in the first half.
The reason it feels impossible, I think, for a lot of people, is just how inefficient Georgia's offense has been.
Yes.
And so to feel like that switch is just going to flip immediately, especially with some of the injuries and better players, not even in Jacksonville right now, it's tough.
Yeah, and if you think about.
Here's the thing.
Go ahead.
We had 14 points with like 10 minutes to go in the first quarter, and we haven't beat a drop since then on offense, right?
Right.
I was literally getting ready to count that. If you don't count the kneel down at the half, since the 14-0 lead, 3, 6, 11, 14, 17, 22 plays. And the only result other than a punt is the interception on the last drive.
Yeah.
4 punts and an interception. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 punts and an interception. So, yeah, you have not done anything. And that's, and it's
you saw some good stuff early with Bennett, but once he got hit, it was over with. I mean, right then, after he went inside, they should have stayed with Dwan, I think. Don't you?
I mean,
because we've wasted a lot of plays with him. I mean,
yes, you certainly have.
But you can understand why he'd do it, just because he's been the guy. But he didn't make one play. He threw one pass to Burton, and he had one drop to Fitzpatrick.
Fitzpatrick on a layup throw. And that's, and you think about just how demoralizing that is for a defense to know that you're not getting that help from the other side of the ball.
That's true, but
your job's still to stop them. Your job's still to stop them.
Defense has been incredibly bad against Alabama and these guys.
Mm-hmm.
There's one team that is very happy about this score right now, though, and that would be the old Aggies.
That's true, but Florida's got. I mean, they got to play LSU and Kentucky and Tennessee, but who else?
If you think they moved it on Georgia, you wait till LSU gets on that side. LSU makes SEC passing record champions.
I mean,
if
bottom
Miles
line.
Brennan's in there, though, then Miles Brennan can score on Florida too.
Yes, he'll be there for that game, or you would think, because this last game they moved that to the end, right?
Yeah. All right, Dwan Mathis in the game for Georgia as the quarterback, 7:06.
Let's get a march here.
Little zone read to start for him.
Fight it back. Fight.
So remember,
A little tempo, I like it.
Dwan Mathis was starting quarterback out of fall camp.
Keep.
Speed.
There goes Dwan with the keeper.
Got some speed now.
I was a bit surprised he didn't run outside there, but he knows better than me.
I know someone, I don't know who it was that had told me this, but that he's a top, especially in a longer run, like when he gets, because of the strides, he's a top 5 fastest player on the team type kid.
6 minutes left in the third quarter. Dwan Mathis just picked up a first down, a couple running plays.
There you go. Take a shot. Take it. Go. Who cares? Perfect.
You hunted through it a little bit.
Yeah. I'll say he had him beat. Yeah. That was the shocking part, is that he's got an arm for days. Had him beat.
We got to make a play.
I think that's indicative.
That hurt?
Yeah.
That's
Jermaine
Burton.
Burton.
Might have got the breath knocked out of him.
The inaccuracy on those deep throws, I think that's what Georgia's quarterback position is dealing with right now. I think with all the quarterbacks, I don't think Georgia has an accurate downfield passer on the roster right now. And I know a lot of fans.
In that case there, he was in his face a little bit, but they haven't shown it, that's for sure, Dane.
I know some fans are going to say, well, how do we not know that with JT Daniels? And I guess maybe you have a point on that. What I'm telling you is that Brent and I looked at all his film from USC. We saw the data that came from that, and it's a turnover risk more often than it should have been. And that's not going to fly for a Kirby Smart offense. And then you can make the point about Stetson. Look, the quarterback thing has all been hashed out. What I'm telling you, it's just not an ideal situation with any of the guys at that position in my eyes.
Yeah, and what is it? If you have 3, you don't have 1?
Yeah.
That kind of realm. Okay, first and 5.
Jamie Newman.
I mean,
Yeah.
Well, when you think about just the totality of this season and just the big picture of this season, once that happened, you're playing with house money in a way at that position specifically. But I think once you got in the first game and nothing was going right, you needed something to go right, especially since it's the first game. So hence the switch. But hey, I'm just excited to see DeJuan get an opportunity and see what it is. You have to see what you have in the game.
Especially with the 4 teams we got left, maybe he can build on it.
Yes. Because barring some form of collapse from Florida, you are not heading to the SEC championship game this year, unless something changes in the next quarter and a half. And
man, how many receivers we got left? We're going to do a lot of 12 here. I'd go back to that fake toss and try to hit McKitty. I mean, seriously.
Nothing doing on that run.
We don't have time to have a march here. We got to score. You know, I mean, to me, that's a waste down into you, 1st and 5.
yep,
I mean,
there's your. I'd be a little more aggressive there. Yes, 73 yards, I think, to running backs, Coach.
Yeah. Snap it.
Oh, he's up and down the middle.
Again, deep ball accuracy.
Just lay it up in the air. Let him get a shot at it.
1st and 5.
Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
flip those. Let's flip that a little
We're
bit.
going to Robertson here.
Yep. I mean, I know I missed him.
You got a shot at him. Hit him. My bad. We're leading the league in that today.
That is especially at that position. That is true.
This is quarterback draw.
Burton's back in, by the way.
This is quarterback draw. Florida called timeout or what?
You'd love to see some energy and some confidence from
Did
DeJuan.
Florida call timeout?
Didn't see
Oh, they had to stop it for some reason.
and didn't hear what he said.
Yeah.
Where's the ball? 46?
Right around there. Plus, you're in plus territory.
We gotta go for this if we don't make it, I believe.
100%.
Down 21.
Oh yeah, 100%. The rest of the game is 4 down territory.
Timeout, Florida. It's going to be 3rd and 3. It's on the 49-yard line. Georgia's 49.
I don't know. He might not go for it.
I understand all the frustration. I really do. But what I'm telling you is, what are the options right now with who's on the roster? I'm also telling you that these coaches see these guys in practice every day. They have so much more information than any of us do. And they see their skill sets. They see what they're good at. They see what they do in running the offense. Just a tough day. Tough day for Georgia.
Get a score here, you're back in the game. We got to just look at it like that. I mean, the last two, defense is playing a little better. Got a sack.
One more first down. If this is a first down play, speed the tempo up. Go get it with your legs.
Dive at the marker. He made it.
They gave it because he stuck the ball out, maybe?
Get the play called. Brenton Cox. Snap it.
They're going to review that?
It looks that way. Don't want to touch a tall kid.
Surely not going to review that right there in a 41-21 game. Give him the freaking first down.
I agree, Coach, by the way. Just head first dive for that first down. Know the situation. I mean,
he didn't make it.
No, he did not.
He had a similar play in the
Arkansas
game.
Yep. Now, that was after he just got destroyed by, what was his name? Bumper?
Yeah, Bumper Pool.
Yeah, he's out of bounds. Awareness, man.
And those are things where it's little things. Yeah. Where a coach is like, man, come on, dude.
Get out there. We ain't got much time. Get out there and sneak it.
I hate to be the body language guy. I just like more energy and.
The body language doctor is always in session.
Yeah.
And granted, you're getting your hind end whipped right now.
I get it, but like this is a chance here.
Yes.
Show some energy and some confidence.
We got to get lined up here. Sneak.
Out the top, Lander's not even on the line of scrimmage. There we go. Just go forward. Run over him. All right, now tempo. Let's go. Pick it up. This is not walk in the park time.
I like what you said when he first came out here, Brent, and that's play loose, play free.
Especially against this defense. This is one of their best defensive performances of the year.
He's one of the best athletes on the team. He can thrive in this moment, but got to get up there and play.
Taking too long.
Ugh.
Good tackle there.
Yep. Let's go.
Get the ball to Cook on some sweeps or screens. Throw some bubble. Jamari got beat there, didn't he? Roll this guy out. Let's him wrap it up.
That would be a very good tackle right there.
Who is that? Houston.
Florida sideline warning.
We got to get some
Single
urgency.
digits on the play clock again, almost when you snap the ball.
Urgency here.
They're going to get a penalty for illegal formation on this play.
Blocking. There's Cook.
Good block, Dwan Mathis.
Did they throw a flag at the top of the screen?
I don't think so.
They had 5 in the backfield. They got lucky. There we go. Here's your play, Coach.
Same play. We got a motion penalty.
There was your fake toss. Go.
Well, I want to point out
It's
here.
hard enough when you're trying to score when you make stupid-ass penalty.
Well, this is what I'm going to point out, Coach. We always talk about the quarterbacks getting the team lined up and where it needs to be. When it doesn't work, or when that's not going smoothly, this is the kind of stuff we're seeing, and it stalls drives.
Well, then you got a senior guard get called for motion, and when you got a play set up, you've been waiting all day for it the second time, and now they won't run it again.
All right, 1st and 15. This is 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Georgia trails 41-21 on Florida's 39-yard line. Kendall Milton, first down and more.
Ankle.
God knows how many guys can get hurt.
This is right ankle, I think, when he tackled or left.
Twisted.
Unbelievable. This is a good play here by not great by Washington, but that's not what you want, dive at them. But looked like a big back there. I mean, seriously, this team is not that great on defense. We do this. Ooh. I hope it's not his knee.
It looked like he got kind of straight leg.
He's checking his knee, though.
So many injuries.
Well, even the greatest of depth is always tested. It was a strength coming in, but
Well, you got some hope here if you could get a score.
yeah. And it's got to happen quick.
Yeah, I don't understand why we're not calling a play, trying to get the right play or something. Too bad, Kendall. Throw some screens. Quarterback draw, anything. Just get up on the line and have the play called. Every minute, second counts.
2:14 here in the third quarter. Georgia has the ball at the 22-yard line.
You know, if the defensive end's tackling the guy, keep it, Dwan. Right?
Cox is kind of playing him a little bit right now. And really, all those edge guys are, they have to know, they're taught that, and it's such a part of football now. A lot of them have learned to play that play well.
$133, 2nd and 8.
Gee, Merry Christmas.
Ball on the ground.
That's not a good sound from us, huh?
Hard enough when you.
What a mess of a football game.
That's twice today our quarterbacks dropped the snap.
It's right at him.
Get half of it here.
Cook. But I'd say he's bailing to cover Cook. Touchdown.
Kyrus, that a boy. That's one of them.
There we go. Hey.
It's a way to step up and hit him. Don't be doing anything. You're behind 20 points.
And you don't want to get anyone hurt.
Good job stepping up, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good pass. Good protection up front.
When in doubt, hit him right between the numbers, Coach.
Exactly. And then the other thing is, look at this defense fall down there. It's just really incredible to me how bad they are on defense, and we ain't got but 28 points.
And only
still in the game here.
Yes, 100% still in this game.
I'm really excited to see Georgia's next offensive drive because I think
not as much as I am to see their defense. Our defense. Let's see if we can get them off the field.
Yes.
I'm saying Dwan Mathis with a little confidence.
Yeah.
That had to feel good.
Well, there's a reason he started the season.
Karis Jackson's just steady Eddie on this team. All right, let's see if the defense can give him a chance to make it something. I mean, it ain't likely. There's JT Daniels on screen.
Well, now, as a young, he's still a redshirt freshman. This is literally the second game that he's played. And defense, if you get a 3-and-out here, how confident does your quarterback go out on the field playing? Hopefully insanely confident.
Hopefully they'll play fast.
Yes, thank you. I may or may not have been a little antsy there, wanting to see a little more tempo.
Yeah, because you know that he's going to thrive off that more.
Well, a lot of times, when you go tempo, your progression, things got to happen quicker, and you don't hesitate as much, maybe not even think as much, and it's a good thing for the quarterback.
I'm going to sound like Coach.
Onside kick.
I wasn't going to sound like you there. I was going to say important kickoff here. Don't do anything stupid. Don't kick it out of bounds.
Florida gave us a little bit of a break there when they kicked the ball off out of bounds, and then we took advantage of it. So we're in this ball game if we get a stop here because they're going to get tight.
Alabama LSU next Saturday after round 3 of the Masters. Well, Dwan Mathis had an impressive lead block and an impressive touchdown pass all in the same drive.
Good pick.
Back again. And let's not cover him.
Why do they?
Art Burns is hurt. Right there.
I mean, every time they line up like that, they do that.
Yep.
What's our adjustment to that? There's another safety.
Yeah, it's Major Burns down. They got enough room in the training room that Ron Corson needs?
This is just good.
See, what's interesting is, and this is, how are they coaching it versus Stokes and all the corners are carrying the crossing route every single time. Yeah, and you're making the safeties out there. And maybe it's
But here's what, you're giving up 2 guys because you're carrying the crossing route, and then the guy that's crossing's picking a linebacker. Just stay out there.
Well, and what's interesting is, okay, if you think in the game, hey, they don't target these guys. They don't throw the ball to these guys. The ball's going these other places, and that's how your game plan is. Then what's like you said, what's your adjustment? Because as of right now, he's still carrying that outside guy into the middle of the field and leaving the backs completely untouched.
Bill Norton was playing defensive line on that last play for Georgia.
Is he redshirt freshman or true freshman? I can't remember. Yeah.
One of the Tennessee trio with a.
So who do we put in safety now? William Poole?
I would think so. Well, if you're looking for a positive, I guess Georgia outscored Florida 7-3
You're going to let the quarter run out.
in the third quarter. I'll put it this way. If Dan Mullen can't beat Kirby Smart up 41-28 going into a fourth quarter in these circumstances, it ain't going to happen.
Well, I mean, can you make one play? Can you make one play?
While we transition to the fourth quarter, we're going to take about a minute-long break and say thanks to our friends at Bud Light Seltzer. We hope that you have that same experience of learning more about football for having watched with us. So thank you, Bud Light Seltzer. Thank you, Athens Ford.
Well, you got a chance. I mean, you have a chance. You just got to make one stop. The defense is now granted the defense has lost a lot of guys and down, but this is kind of where you like, hey, you're the leaders of the team from the sort of side of the ball perspective. Make one play. Just make one play to make it interesting. Make Florida sweat right now would be the absolute goal.
We talked about this a little earlier, but Lloyd Dog does have the question for you, Coach. He's asking again about the wheel routes and what adjustments can be made to cover those.
Yeah, the only thing you can do is just get out of man and play zone there. Play 3 deep or play cover 2 and, squat on him and knock him out of the backfield and don't follow the guy in. But we continuously, I guess that's just the calls we've made, but it hasn't been much of an adjustment to it, has it?
No.
Brent, a question for you. Lump Dog wants to know, can you explain a little bit more what you were talking about when you were talking about carrying the receivers?
Well, as they are crossing the field, you see the defensive back trailing them. And what Coach is talking about and what he'd love to see, is just a straight zone principle where it's press up on, shove inside maybe 1 or 2 steps, and then squat and or sit down into that flat area, looking for the second guy coming that way.
All right, need a defensive stop here for Georgia to have a chance to claw back in this game. First play of the fourth quarter, Cal Trask takes the snap. And he gets first down.
There's an example of the guy running an angle route. He looked like he's going to go out, and he ran back underneath the backer. They've absolutely torched our backers, which I thought we would do with Cook. He coming in here with a quarterback. I guarantee he's going to fake the run and throw it here.
Emory Jones back in.
You know what? We're going to be looking for the run. Emory going over the top.
14-27, 14-26.
Good tackle.
Quay Walker in there. Bill Norton in there.
How many total plays has the defense played now?
So many guys have gotten hurt. It's been all different guys.
One stop, one tip ball.
This quarterback run here.
Yeah, empty set, 2nd and 6. Motion in. There's quarterback run.
With lead.
First down.
Burns is back in.
Dak Prescott play Mississippi State.
Yep.
Nick Fitzgerald. That was his go-to with him.
Cal Trask back in, 13-20, fourth quarter.
Oh.
Was that intended?
I think it was intended for 6, who was still wide open.
Yeah, 2 guys wide open. They had to decide who was going to get it.
I mean, it's like you got your choice here. He was throwing it to 6, wasn't he?
Yeah, he was.
We didn't have anybody on 6, did we?
Nope. Stevenson was coming late.
That's because he was following the...
He was going inside, yes.
Yeah. All right, Gators knocking on the door again. Holding to 3. I mean, not enough time to be trading. Need a turnover
Fumble.
or something.
Yes. Field goal, you're still 2 scores, but
Whenever Florida gets to play LSU,
We can't even just get both groups playing together. You know, offense finally gets something, now the defense can't get off the field. I thought 28 points would win this game for us, but they can work him again. Watch it.
nice
Good
play,
try.
Herring.
Quay Walker was ready if Trask would have kept it, too.
Norton was there, too.
Are they in field goal range still?
Very much so.
Yeah, yeah.
As good as that, as deep as that guy's been kicking, very much so.
Field goal range for them is 43 and in. 43-yard line and in.
Need a fumble, interception, penalty, drop pass, black cat.
Look at that. All those plays, and they've only had 3 plays on 3rd and 8 or more.
And 0 for 3 on those.
Here comes the blitz at the top with Anderson.
Good coverage.
All right, hey, still 2-score game.
Hey, there's a my bad for them, Coach. So I think that's about 5-1.
We played zone there. Did you see that?
I mean, really off zone, though. That was which, I mean,
Need a block.
here you go.
Miss,
He's having too much fun. This is a shorter one.
They're due to miss one.
There you go.
They're due.
I've been
Come
impressed
on,
with this
Georgia.
kicker,
Think
man.
positive. Miss it. Block it. Bad snap.
He missed.
He missed that, Coach.
Yeah, here we go. That's the way we need it. Let's go now. Get out there and get some juice going here.
Tempo.
Yeah, touchdown makes this crazy, doesn't it?
Hey, make him sweat.
Dwan just threw a touchdown. Get back out there. Oh, man.
Campbell, good rush. All right, let's go.
And Coach, to your point earlier, this is a game where you absolutely should have borderline matched him score for score.
Yeah,
They're just not good defense, and you just missed them.
We do
The
any-
opportunities you had, you just missed them.
We do anything in the second quarter.
Yep.
It's game.
And this is a
We do
single
nothing.
possession game right here.
We do nothing. Second
But-
quarter.
But why is that, Brent? It's the passing game for Georgia.
Yeah, and
You
that's
can say it was scheme there and it was fine. There was open stuff. Didn't take advantage of the opportunities that were there.
no, and that's really the story of the
Drop
first.
passes, miss passes.
And because of all that, there's been no way to get any kind of running game rhythm because it's just Florida. Yeah, it's just.
The way I see it here, both teams are going to have 2 more possessions. What are you going to do with them? If we can score twice, shut them down twice, win the game 42-41.
I would like to see more tempo, Coach.
Yeah.
Got to be quicker than they were in that third quarter.
That's true. You get some tempo, but also not to the point where this kid's, make sure every play counts. You don't want to screw yourself.
And, you think about it, even if you have a 6-minute drive here, a 6-minute drive that ends in a touchdown, you're a 1-score game with 5 minutes to go. You got to get one stop.
You'd have taken that an hour and ago.
Yes, sure. I mean, at 38-17 at going into the half, you would have been, praying for that. But
well, we're on the 35-yard line or something like that.
Right around the 30.
43-yard field goal. So,
hey, at least fans in the stands might not necessarily be. We're trying to keep some positive mojo here. At least there's only one way to be.
Yeah. They played the whole game without Pitts here the second half, right?
Mm-hmm. He has not come back.
.435 yards.
All right, Dwan Mathis, you want your shot. You got it.
Here's your moment. Take advantage.
Plenty of time.
Overthrow it.
Yep.
Goodness gracious. I mean, we've had that play 3 times a day now. Dropped it once, overthrown it twice.
Another my bad on the board.
There's a wheel.
Yep.
We're on 51 right there. Come on, Dwan.
As I think about it, Dane, in the post-game thing that I write, I think one of the headings is going to be my bad.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This is a run.
Unbalanced run.
God knows. What are we doing?
10:45 in the fourth quarter at 10:44. 10:40.
I just don't understand all this sub in here and let
4 wide. No tight end.
quarterback draw.
All 4 receivers, 10 personnel. Empty. 3rd and 4 different than 3rd and 9 though. Oh,
Jesus. Fall down.
Who's back in the second half?
So far, 2nd and long, he dropped the snap, and 3rd and long, he falls down.
I mean, we just
What's interesting there is the initial pocket movement was good.
Right.
But it was the first pocket movement reset to throw, not move to run. And he was moving to run there.
What did we just say, Brent? Dwan, here's your opportunity. Well,
How about that punt? Even their punter's having a bad day.
No, that's my fault, Coach. I tweeted about how good he's doing.
He's had a good year, but
I jinxed that one.
Hey, you take that first punt he made.
On the big one. Into the back right corner.
How about that punt at the end of the half? That 7 points is huge right now.
Yes, it is.
They got 34 right now without that, right?
Yes. It's a 1-score game.
my anticipation is that fans will continue clamoring for a quarterback change until they get down to the Jackson Muschamps and Nathan Priestley's of the roster.
Well, you've got, what, 2 more after this that technically are scholarship players, right?
Yeah. Although, just from a narrative standpoint, Jackson Muschamp against Will's team.
Shouldn't make a lot of difference here in the next 4 games. I mean,
Yeah, I
of course,
understand.
the people we got hurt, you never know. Missouri.
On the road.
Yeah. Need Vanderbilt.
We get nothing on that series right there. Just play together.
Say you need a 3 and out in the worst way right now.
Seriously, how bad was that throw to? Just
kidding.
any kind of throw. Just lay it up there softly.
Check that one for FDL there. I mean, we could probably group about 5 of those together, Dane, I think. Probably. Just 5 clips right in a row.
Long Dog says we've got to have a guy that can accurately pass the ball.
I mean,
Let's catch it.
what was yes, very true.
Both those things.
Leach's famous phrase about accuracy. If I want something, I can go get the shortstop from the baseball team.
Oh, me.
But let's not sit here and think that like it's not like Kyle Trask was this amazing recruit that, you know what I'm like.
Correct. You just got to find one. I mean, look what the kid at BYU is doing right now. I mean, you just got to find them. No matter where they are, got to find them.
And even before the season, we talked about Georgia losing so much off the offensive line, losing stuff at tight end, receivers having to break in. You've seen some of the injuries with George Pickens and with Kenny McIntosh. I'm not saying this is easy, but Georgia's too talented to be performing like it is on offense.
You got to make the tackle.
2 missed tackles. Carter had him.
All right, Chris Smith. Nine minutes left in the fourth quarter. Florida leads 41-28. The Gators don't tend to sit around and bleed the clock, but I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that. Oh.
My bad.
Yep.
Isn't that what he said?
Both of them maybe even did. They
We
kind
had
of pointed.
safe-
They kind of pointed at each other. Double
had-
my bad.
There's a chance.
Hey,
that they're-
give yourself a chance.
There's a
Give
chance.
yourself a chance.
There's a chance they're going to have their first punt since 12 minutes to go in the first quarter.
3rd and 8. No one in the backfield to run a wheel.
But now they have 2 receivers over there. That's easy.
And you're
Good
out.
enough. Good enough. Just don't throw the flag.
That's what they ran.
Yep.
Yep.
We'll rub.
Here's the situation right here. Karis Jackson, if you've ever returned a punt for a touchdown, this would be a good time.
How do you get one that's worth 14 points?
No, just to get it.
Hey, just get 7. Make them sweat. Make them sweat.
I mean, after that couple passes right there, seems like the Gators out of their rhythm too.
Well, we had it there. We just missed. She was a good punt. You realize on the season they hadn't had 1 yard returned on a punt? Isn't that what you told me? Florida net punting never has had one.
I can't remember actually.
Pretty good game for Eric Stokes, all in all.
Yeah, and I mean, and it's for him, just a big picture. He came into the year with a sort of high coverage grade, very highly graded player, and looking to put himself in a higher round draft pick, first or second round area. And the question was ball skills. Hey, playing the ball. Now is it 3 or 4 he now has on the season with 2 pick sixes, and I think at least 3, maybe 4 interceptions he has now in this year. So he's doing those things because he's going to go run a great time in the 40. I saw him.
Ready for this big stretch out here.
One of our draft analyst guy, Mike Renner, did a mock draft the other day, and Tyson Campbell was the lone Georgia player in the first round, and he has unfortunately not help that tonight. But from a physical skill standpoint,
Speed.
he has size, speed,
Ball skills.
the measurables that the NFL is looking for. Well, here we go again. It's like deja vu from 2 minutes ago, right?
Yeah, I mean, that whole miserable 3-play possession almost gets erased. I mean, you lose a little bit of clock out of it. I guess you lose some field position.
And like you said, you're one my bad from being in a really, really good position.
Yeah, Georgia leads the league in my bad.
Yeah.
90 yards, boys.
All right, Dwan Mathis, here's your chance.
Take two. Take two.
You think we try that wheel route one more time ourselves?
I mean, Florida's gone to the well on it just a few times.
Yeah.
I don't see why not.
We got to get it to cook. Explosive play. You got to get something. Got White in there. This is a
Still
run.
12 personnel. McKitty's going to motion to the right side, I think.
Give me something to Darnell Washington. 8:30. Here goes McKitty. It's like you know your football, Brent.
Oh, he still overthrew it. Nope.
Throwing it to Landers.
2nd and 10, 8:29 left in the fourth quarter.
Landers,
Landers never saw the ball.
he never has. So he has a hard time adjusting.
So I wonder whose bad that was.
Everybody's.
That's a collective my bad there. Ooh, that's a little. Draw.
All right.
All right, go. Bust it.
Get up. Run the play.
Let's go. On the line. On the line.
Yeah.
Run it again.
Samir White's got a hell of a average yards per carry.
Yes, he's well over 100 now.
Holy moly. Let him sprint out a little bit here, Coachy. Roll him out. Bootleg. Screen. Draw. Delay. Can't keep going deep.
I say he's sliding into.
He slid into the pressure.
Well, and I just hitch up into the pocket.
I can see us running a draw again.
Burton comes in motion.
God almighty, make a play.
Demetrius. I didn't think that was that poor of a pass. I thought that was.
That's what I meant.
Yeah.
Lay out.
Wow. That's
Right at his fingertips.
Holy moly.
Can't blame accurate passing there. I mean, that was what it should be.
I like that shot.
Quarterbacks and receivers. Third
Make
and
a
10.
play here, Dwan. Make a play.
Had to call a timeout for play clock, I think. Florida take the timeout for it?
all right.
Wow.
I'll take it.
Can you imagine if he'd have caught that ball right there?
Oh, it'd been such a big play.
Wow.
Hey, seriously, how many yards passing do we have?
108. They just showed it a little bit ago.
All right. They're giving
It
up,
hasn't increased.
They're giving up 300 yards a game passing.
Yeah.
300, and that's with 150 last week with Missouri. It should be about 375, and we can't get to 150 on them. Scary, isn't it? Of course, I know from a coaching perspective, we got a lot of guys that hadn't played much, that's for sure. But
Passing yards, Georgia has 108.
you'd
Florida
think
has,
Demetrius Robertson could run under a ball on the dead run there.
Well, play with his experience, you expect him to make that play. But, plays like that are probably why he hasn't seen as much playing time lately, too.
It's a good arm by him then, wasn't it?
Here, receptions. Florida has 28. Georgia has 7.
What's that?
Receptions.
We've had 7 completions.
7 completions. 7 out of 23 in an interception. Florida's 28 out of 38.
We hadn't had a tight end catch a pass today, have we?
Don't remind me.
that was
bold
Dayne's
predictions.
bold prediction, Coach. So yes, that is correct, by the way.
They were a little too bold. Although, still not. Let's see. What did Kyle Pitts ended up with 59 yards. So 75% of that. I only need 40 yards here.
Still 8 minutes to go.
So
There's still 8 minutes
John
to go.
Fitzpatrick would have
he
had
catches
half of
that ball, Coach. You're in a 1-score game with 8 minutes to go,
Shouldn't. That was.
and they're sweating massively. Like Mullins getting a little antsy if that happens.
Making first down here, he's still in the game.
All right, 3rd and 10. Come on, Dwayne
He
Mathis.
called timeout. Let's see what Grantham comes with. 3rd and Grantham. Try to hit Cook.
So they're manning underneath, and then 2 safeties over the top.
Go to Matt Landers in the clutch.
Do you consider going for it?
Not at 4th and 10.
I mean, that part of the field, I would think so too. But
Well, but the interesting part about it, by the way,
Did
Kyrus.
you see Kyrus?
Yes. But
God almighty.
y-
Thought he was going to Kyrus there. Knock it down to inside the 10. That's a bad punt again. Holy moly.
Demetrius Robertson's got to catch that ball.
Coach, do you think Notre Dame has a chance in that game tonight?
Yeah, I mean, but I still go with Clemson, but
I think DJ Uiagalelei's better than what people think.
I mean, did you practice that before coming here, by the way?
I've been saying it all week.
I would have totally butchered that. Totally would have butchered that.
Well, it helped me when I realized that the second syllable is kind of like in Tua Tagovailoa, it's the ung.
Yeah, that's, I would have.
That's, the Hawaiian thing.
Florida's a little bit different here in the second half, but
get a pick.
hey, that's another running back catch.
Jesus.
I think they have well over almost 250 yards receiving out of their backs.
Feels like the Chris Rainey and Jeff Demps days.
I mean, look at that running back making a play.
Yeah.
We had N'Kobe on him, right?
Yep.
100 receiving yards. All right, 7 minutes left. Florida approaching midfield.
Need a tip pass or something.
QB draw. Nope.
Oh, yeah!
Nice Webb with the touchdown. I got a little excited there. Oh, I may have got a little excited there, Coach. Sorry.
We haven't made a play today when we have to have it.
Oh.
Stokes. That's a touchdown.
So that's one of those things. That's the perfect example of why the PFF grades, when people look at that versus box score stats, that is a massively negative. That's a negative graded throw. That's a turnover worthy play, but just an incompletion in the box score.
I'd use a timeout here. Mighty.
That would. There are two plays right there that completely changed the complexion of the game: Demetrius Robertson, and then Mark Webb.
What makes you sick that everybody will talk about how great Florida is? And they certainly deserve to win. There's no question about it. But don't look like Alabama to me, do you?
No.
No.
Especially get a pick right here.
Same thing, man under, 2 deep safeties. Crossing routes probably. And you just didn't get to him. Ooh, that didn't look good for him, but
I think he just lost his
That's
Yeah.
it. Tony finally started to surface.
Realize how important the end of that second quarter was and how that kind of changed the context of these final couple of minutes here.
Boy, did you see Tony's route there? He ran the whip route on him. Started across and went back out, just ate him up.
and that's one where you had no pressure, and he had time to let that develop. Let's see them probably deflate the ball a little bit here and start running it.
All right,
No.
Tom Brady.
Good run fits there.
Yeah. All right,
Good
so Curtis
time to
wants
use a
calling
timeout here.
2nd and 9, 5:18. Georgia uses its first timeout. USC came back to beat Arizona State. Oh, my goodness.
Really?
Yeah, 28-27.
Liberty Flames win over Virginia Tech.
Yeah, Hugh Freeze is picking his next spot, I'm sure.
I mean,
A couple SEC schools.
How about the difference in those last 2 plays? Webb has a touchdown, and then Tony makes a first down.
yep. Even the last
The difference
5 or
is-
6 plays, if you include Robertson's.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
playing
Short-arming
zone.
it.
He was playing zone on the first one and man on the second. Our man coverage today has been not very good.
Yeah, so now Florida would have to have 2 losses down the stretch.
Which they play LSU the last game of the year.
Seems very improbable.
Yes.
Wheel again.
Kentucky.
We knocked him
There we
off.
go. Hit him.
Oh,
Somebody make a play.
they're going to stop letting Trask throw if he's doing
Watch
this.
him hit the back out. That's a good play here.
Yeah.
They in field goal range again, I ask you, but they usually are, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
Well, you can get 2-point plays.
Still be a long field goal.
How aggressive are they right here?
He's probably going to run it to set the field goal up.
Yeah. And force a timeout.
Had that one right.
Kirby using the timeout.
Yeah, after that previous play, I think that was definitely one where. Which, hey, it's still just a 2-score game. You still got a chance, but the too many missed opportunities.
How good is Camarda with onside kicks?
He practices it all the time, but
There's no one better than Younghoe Koo with the Falcons.
Hey,
He should-
that kid does to the ball, which, and by the way, because the way the kickoffs have changed, that's the way he spins the ball sideways like that. That's about the only way you can do that.
Well, I mean, the Falcons might as well have him let him do that every time.
Hey, the pit boss getting Florida next week.
Yeah,
Yeah?
he got Tennessee tonight. We got to get a block here. Campbell was close last time.
Georgia had shots in the second half. Still could, technically, but that second quarter was just brutal.
Thing you got to consider Florida here is it worth kicking a field goal or punting it. They're going for
They're
it.
just going for it. And I say, knowing that field goal still is that doesn't really change what the Georgia needs. I tend to like this call from
I
them.
bet they run here, right? No?
No.
We're trying to pressure him. Yeah.
Good.
right.
There we go.
That's why you kicked the ball.
Hey, you got to make them pay for that now.
See, I was
Great
thinking,
pressure from Monty.
I was thinking they might run because they thought pass rush would be on the way.
Boy, lucky he didn't get a
Ooh,
bump
yeah.
there.
Trask is looking for it.
All right, let's go.
All right, Dwan.
Short passes. Throw it short. Get some completions and let them sweat.
Let them move. All right, watch what Cook's up to. I was trying to look at receivers.
Get
on
the
field.
snap, Dwan.
Landers to the right of the formation.
Draw.
Get up.
Burton, Jackson, Landers, and
You
Washington.
can throw to the scout here
No, I
on
think it's McKitty.
It was McKitty.
Throw it out of bounds. Don't take a 5-yard loss.
the clock doesn't stop, son. It's going to start back right now.
I've got that.
And that's
Unbelievable.
not good awareness.
Let's attack. We never snapped.
A lot of time just ticking away.
Hey,
Yep.
You-
All right, 4th and 8 for Georgia. I don't
we
like
got to have somebody can compete out there.
I would have liked to see Trey McKitty get a chance.
He's 2 out of 9. We hadn't thrown the ball to 10 since he caught a touchdown, had he?
Nope.
Throw it to him over the middle.
See if Cook can do something here. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Just don't let him score.
That's a ball game either way. I mean, it was essentially a ball
That
game,
was
yeah.
terrible there. Jailbreak.
Well, you want more possession and throw in JT?
Where'd he come from there? Up the middle?
Yeah, Cook didn't get a block here up the gut. He had 2 guys. He had to commit. Also, I don't know if I really like James Cook being the pass blocking.
Well, he's not.
Well,
he's in there to go out, but
Yeah.
they blitzed him. But
Right.
roll him out. Make him. He hasn't rolled out all day, has he?
Mm-mm.
Here's the thing about it. I don't worry about that throw. It's 4th down. I mean, you
No,
gotta
yeah, no.
throw it up there. But
I worry about the 2nd down decision to stroll out of bounds and make it 3rd and 9.
You worry about having quarterbacks that are inaccurate and receivers that aren't making plays for them.
body language doctor was a little worry some of those symptoms right there, Dayne.
I mean, I like to see when they're frustrated, they care. You know what I'm saying? So that doesn't bother me as much as the, lack of confidence, lack of energy. So, a lot of stuff in life you can get by with if you got some confidence.
I mean, it doesn't get any more straightforward than that graphic right there.
Yeah. They're going to try to score here.
Most passing yards in a single game. Kyle Trask needs
9
to break it. Tim Tebow.
Well,
thanks for doing that math for me.
Bring out our sponsors here. At least we think we had this on TV.
We got anybody hanging left with us?
Oh yeah. These people love Athens Ford. They love Bud Light Seltzer. They love UGASports and the Watch Along show, and we're really grateful for the support that all of them bring. I was looking at Roddy's vehicle last week when he was over here, the one he took down to Jacksonville, because he had just gotten some maintenance done over at Athens Ford, and man, you could tell they did a good job. That attention to detail, and I think his car is 3-4 years old, and you couldn't tell it by the way that they've maintained it for him and kept it going. I wouldn't be surprised though if Roddy tries to get one of those Christmas deals, one of those holiday deals from Athens Ford. So go to athensford.com and check them out.
We got a new one in May.
Nice.
From there.
Good for you.
I'm sure it was a great process getting in and getting out of there.
It was. It was easy.
Well, it's going to be a 3rd and call it 7 here. Coach, what do you tell your team after a game like this where just so much went wrong?
Just got to get them together and say, hey, we got a lot to look forward to. Got the rest of the year. Got 4 games left. Playing for pride. Something could happen to Florida. I mean, same thing could happen to them. They could get a lot of guys hurt. You never know what's going to happen. I mean, a lot of games, but they got 5 games left.
Well, especially in a season the craziness that is the COVID football season. I mean, Clemson's playing tonight without Lawrence. Who knows? Florida might miss some guys, and something crazy happen. But still, yet none of that matters unless you take care of your business.
Well, and Brent, this is close to your heart a little bit. You remember West Virginia losing a game against Pitt that would have put them in
you had to go there,
a
didn't
postseason situation. What I'm saying is it probable that Florida would lose to an Arkansas and an LSU? Probably not. Is it possible? Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is SEC football, so other than Vanderbilt, it's fair game, it seems like.
Yes.
John Adams, thank you for your support of us, man. Really appreciate you. And Larry Parker, and Stephen Bradley, and Barry J. Sith God, I don't know who you are, but thank you. I'm just reading names in the chat now. Dr. Greg Steely, appreciate you. Thanks all y'all for watching along with us. We don't get to do this without your support and you sharing this with your networks, and we really do enjoy it. Georgia's a better football team than I think they displayed today. I think the offense has a lot of pitfalls and a lot of things to overcome. And I don't think it's philosophy in the sense of scheme. I think it's execution, and that's a harder thing to rectify sometimes.
Definitely. Defensively was very poor.
You hate to see a tragic injury to Rosemary Jack-Saint. You hate to see what looked like an injury to Lewis Seen. There's a few more here. If I were a Florida fan, I'd be actually a little nervous about how the second half was kind of managed, because it wasn't like put the hammer down. And Georgia had chances here. After that halftime lead.
Well, you missed the ball to Robertson. Missed pick 6.
That's what I'm saying. Like, Florida did not maintain the momentum that Florida had in that second quarter. But, Kyle Trask and Dan Mullen, really good offensive game.
Good. It's great.
I hope Kyle Pitts is okay. I hate to see anyone get injured, and he's one of the best players in college football.
How do they decide what the play of the game is?
He had a couple of those kind of passes.
The guy's in the. I mean, right now you got to say he's in the lead for the Heisman Trophy. Him and Mac Jones, right? Of course, you see what Fields does tonight, but who's he? Who's that guy for quarterback for Ohio State?
Can't go there, Coach. That's
Someone
kind
in
of
the
throwing
chat
salt in the wound right now, unfortunately.
Someone in the chat will tell us soon.
Oh, yeah.
I promise you. They've probably already said it.
Oh, there's. Hey, the thing is, it is what it is.
Happy for the kid, though.
Yes.
He's had a good,
I will say, one of the pitfalls of Georgia's team last year was wide receiver talent. And I think some of that was rectified with the recruiting class that came in. But, a lot of those guys are out right now. And without having George Pickens on the top of that, we at the end of this game, I think we saw that the receiver.
Can you imagine what Pickens could have done today?
Absolutely.
Yes, 100%.
The receiving talent and execution was not there by the end of this football game.
Well, and I've long made this point about receivers, especially receivers in football. A receiver in football is much like a number one receiver, that is much like a number one pitcher in a starting rotation, much like a great player on an NBA basketball team. When that number one guy is there, the ability of the others in the group to fall into places that they can succeed becomes infinitely more. Because the two, a lot of times, is a really, really good player, but just not the one.
Yeah.
And much like with basketball, baseball, starting pitching rotations, when the ace goes down, it changes the dynamic.
Or when your
infinitely.
best hitter in the lineup, and then all of a sudden these other guys are getting different pitches. I mean, it's complementary sports.
Good Lord.
Oh wow, that
There's a completion to Cook.
In a circuitous route.
Hey, at least Cook didn't try to do what Jarrett Dagey did for West Virginia earlier today. He got a pass batted back to him, and then he threw it again.
Does Kyer Elam get the completion on that play?
I mean,
since he passed it. Who's the quarterback going into next week? I guess we'll have all week to talk about it.
I mean, we said it earlier. If you have three, you don't have one.
I would imagine that Dwan Mathis probably gets a start of another game. But it's not like he's done a lot of...
Three-man rush got to us.
I think little things that you see with Mathis in the pocket are probably some of the reasons that you didn't see him more so over the past few games or the rest of this season, earlier in the season.
Or see some rollouts.
I mean, we've been talking about how
Can the clock just expire? I guess one more kneel down and it will. Sometimes you get beat, and sometimes things get revealed about your team by the other team. And Georgia's offense scored 21 points against this Florida defense. Frankly, I think it should have scored more based on what we saw from Florida's defense coming into the game. But obviously, Georgia's defense did not do the job it needed to do to stop the passing game of the Gators. So both sides of the ball, and then even in the punting attack, too, a couple shank punts, right?
Well, I mean, like the thing that's on my desk. I don't know if folks have seen that on the watch or on the around the league, but it says sometimes you win, sometimes you learn, and that's now 3 straight games against high-powered offenses that you have been, in essence, just absolutely torched on the defensive side of the ball, and they've had their way with you. So all right, it's back. Is it back to the drawing board, big picture philosophical in terms of how you structure and how you play your defense? That's one thing. How do you move forward with that? But then obviously secondarily, the other side of the ball with offense, it's again big picture. What do we want to be? What's our identity? And the rest of this season, as much of anything, is finding that.
Yeah.
And finding out who's going to go play and who can make plays. And there's going to be a lot of learning. And like you said, crazy things can happen in 2020 with the schedule, with all that's going on in the world, and you never know. And nothing positive for you happens unless you take care of your business. So it's going to be interesting to see what kind of team psychologically you see next week at Missouri.
From the quarterback situation, there's some eerie feelings to 2015 where you got 3 or 4 guys and none of them really doing much of anything special.
Well, you guys did a good job on it. I wish I could have done a better job, but getting them through it. But that's the way it goes. But,
any final thoughts, guys? We'll wrap this up. And
yeah, just got to get ready for next week and hopefully get some of these guys healed up. Thanks for everybody watching.
Brent, thanks for coming in. Thanks for filling in that spot.
Thanks, Coach. Had fun.
Delight.
Other than the game, I had fun.
We do a weekly podcast called Around the League. You can find it here on this YouTube channel or on anywhere you listen to podcasts. Just search for UGA Sports Live. It's under that same feed. For head coach Jim Donnan, Brent Rollins, I'm Dayne Young. Thank you for watching, and make sure you go to UGAsports.com for all your post-game coverage of Georgia versus Florida. We will see you for the watch-along show